They won't understand. They won't understand why we do it. They won't understand it's about the men next to you. And that's it. That's all it is.
Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, #1 listener-supported radio, the printing press for freedom at a time when freedom is needed the most.
What is going on here? I demand an explanation.
We work for a highly funded yet unofficial government agency.
An intelligence organization that fears intelligence, historically not awesome.
The United States is a democratic nation. Here the people rule. We build no walls to keep them in, nor organize any system of police to keep them mute.
Freedom isn't free at all, but it comes with the highest of costs.
We have you, the listeners, and the hosts at
Revolution Radio.
for allowing us to bring you a platform of free speech.
Right now, it's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, clocks for now. Time's up.
Wind is blowing cold and dark. On the road and no way out. Broken house, a smoking gun. On the run. On the run.
Walk Factor 8.
Their mission, to boldly go where no man has gone before. But outer space has other plans. And now, their mission has changed.
There's just one thing I want.
Revenge, Captain?
Why not?
Introducing the 9th film by Quentin Tarantino.
What were your orders, Kirk? To start a war? You've succeeded.
They meant to bring peace to the galaxy.
This will be your final battlefield.
They brought their pieces instead. It's a galaxy of green blood, green women, and Nazis.
Tell me your orders. You were sent here to kill our Führer. Confess.
As the 21st century began.
Times are tough, frustration, need relief, medication, gone too far, intoxication, fight the urge, temptation, miles ago, no destination, is it real?
Mothership has landed. Pirate Radio.
Desperation, sanctuary,
The jungle.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the broken down, low rent, sleazy, double greasy Pirate Radio Nut Hut Studios, it's time for the very first ever Southern
It's Friday night. My name's Jimmy. And into the microcosm is on the air.
First we'll pick Priscilla up, and then we'll stop for Jane. And Mary Ellen needs a ride. We're going by her place.
Barely made it by the skin of our chinny chin chin.
We're going to a party. Our friends will all be there.
Are you there?
I am here. I'm barely here. I just snuck in.
It's crazy, man. It's just like a chain of events. Domino effect.
The machine has a mind of its own, man. I'm telling you.
And there's a ghost in the computer. There's a ghost in the machine. It's Friday night. It's Revolution Radio. It's Into the Microcosm. My name's Jimmy. That's the Epic Journeyman. And don't look now, but I think he's over there somewhere. Epic. I can't see him, but he almost seems visible somewhere there. Oh, he's starting to come into focus now. So the volcano's going off over there again, eh?
Always.
It's the Independent Broadcast Network. Rock and Rio. Have you made it into the building?
Just barely.
Barely. By the skin of your chinny chin chin.
Yeah.
Chin chin.
You know, it never fails, right? Just when you need to do something, Microsoft forces an update.
Yeah.
And you got to spend 10 minutes before the show, like going nuts, trying to get your sound to work again. And
that was me.
Yep, that was me too. They got me. They borked the sound on both my machines. And I know what the update did last week. The preview version of the update caused some serious issues with my setup for playing games, like to the point where it made things unplayable. So I removed it, and then a week later it gets jammed down my throat a second time, without the option to uninstall it. And so.
Well, all I gotta say is I didn't go into Burger King.
You didn't go into Burger King? If you get the fries?
I have
you want fries with that?
I got Apple. I don't have to deal with these issues that you guys are talking about. You have
your own separate set of issues.
Just like John Travolta didn't go into Burger King and Pulp Fiction. He went into McDonald's.
Yeah. You have your own set of issues with Apple machines, but
not with updates and so on and so
no,
forth.
No, not with Microsoft forcing you to update whether you like it or not.
No.
Apple doesn't do that. They actually give you the option to install it when it's convenient.
Well, convenience is a modern right, isn't it? It's right. Everybody has to have the convenience that we deserve, don't we?
Unless you run Windows.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was ridiculous, man. On Super Bowl Sunday, it downloaded. My computer been off on the Big Island. And I wanted to watch, use DirecTV on that, right, and use it with my Bose sound system that I have hooked up to it. I'm like, cool, it's been great. So I turn it on. It has still got Windows 10 on it. It says, well, support's going to be gone in October this year. You have to, go to Windows 11. I said, well, okay, I'll do it later. I do the select option, and it does it anyway, right in the middle of the Super Bowl starting. Yeah, ridiculous, man. That's Windows right now. And so yeah, at least Apple doesn't do that to you. But yeah, the Skype thing, there's some update they pushed today, or maybe last night. I don't know when, but yeah.
Is that what screwed up Skype once I fixed my sound issue?
Well, it was messed up. Now it was messed up on my Apple products too. It was messed up on my iPad and my phone.
Yeah,
so it's just a Skype thing. Yeah.
This is the Tech Night Owl with the Epic Journeyman and Rock and Rio.
That's right.
And we can understand your frustration. Give us a call, 718-618-9905. You want to give us a call, let us know about your technical issues. There seems to be a lot of them going on, man. It's glitching. Shit is glitching. Now,
is it Mercury in retrograde or something? Who knows?
Well, I don't know, but I do know this. Didn't the PlayStation just go down? Like a couple of times recently? You had ChatGPT go sideways. Too many simultaneous questions. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something seems to be afoot. Now, did you guys take a listen to the J.D. Vance Europe extravaganza?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry to laugh, but yeah, I did. I did hear it. Yep.
Well, listen, I took the liberty of getting us a clip.
Conference today with a message for Europe in general and his German hosts in particular. It wasn't very warm.
Europe faces many challenges, but the crisis this continent faces right now, the crisis I believe we all face together, is one of our own making. If you're running in fear of your own voters, there is nothing America can do for you. Nor, for that matter, is there anything that you can do for the American people who elected me and elected President Trump.
By resisting the rise of far-right parties like Reform UK and the AfD in Germany, Europe is resisting democracy itself, he said.
In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat.
It's rare to hear such derision at a diplomatic meeting.
And trust me, I say this with all humor. If American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg's scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk. But what German...
But don't. I'm here all week. Was that a joke, dude? It was funny because
he's coming in like a boss, isn't he?
He is.
No, you know what was bad is he went straight from there to the Nazi party, the far right party over there in Germany, right? So,
all right,
yeah,
hold on.
It didn't go over well at all.
Hold on. Here he goes.
Democracy, what no democracy, American, German, or European, will survive, is telling millions of voters that their thoughts and concerns, their aspirations, their pleas for relief are invalid or unworthy of even being considered.
Man, I'm telling you what, I'm quick. Like Quick Draw McGraw, son. Can't try to slide a commercial in on old Jimmy. Listen, he mentions the New World Order, which I thought was interesting.
Also abandoned the politesse, which has sustained the transatlantic...
The German guy mentions the New World Order. Here you go.
...relationship for 80 years.
What is certain?
Listen, also, I wanna just point out the emoting that goes on with the translator. Like the translator is throwing emotion in on his translation. Makes the German guy seem like he's pissed. Okay, hold on. Here you go.
That the new American administration has a different worldview to ours, one that has no regard for established rules, established partnerships and trust. We cannot change that. We have to accept it, and we have to deal with it. But I am convinced that it is not in the interest of the international community for this worldview to become the sole dominant paradigm. A lack of rules must not become the model for a new world order.
Yesterday's attack in Munich in which a young Afghan asylum seeker injured 36 people by purposely running them down, helped Mr. Vance make his point, even though America's homicide rate is nearly 7 times.
It's heart-wrenching to see these the scene here where for radio listeners, if you want to join us on YouTube, it's Into the Microcosm with Jimmy Jean on YouTube. But anyways, it's hard to see the remains of the 27 people that got run over by the Afghanistan asylum seeker. You know, I mean, especially when the last pan is on the baby stroller, you know, that's all broken in the street, laying there with the clothes, the piles of caution tape and whatever. What is it exactly that they're so upset about over there now, Epic Journeyman, as far as this J.D. Vance speech?
Well, because Elon Musk is supporting the far right neo-Nazi party over there, and that's what J.D. Vance was alluding to. And so after he left that actual conference right there, that speech he just gave there, he went to talk to the leaders of that party. So they're really pissed about it because he's in Germany, man. So the thing is, like this whole thing with this guy, the Afghan guy, we don't really know what he was up to because we never heard his side of the story. They just arrested him. Luckily, he was driving a small car, you know, and it didn't kill anybody, but they're in the hospital so far.
So he got arrested, though. He didn't get taken out on the scene.
He would have got taken out if he was over here, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But those people were demonstrating for higher wages. They weren't demonstrating anything political, but it happened to coincide with the advent of this meeting in Munich coming up in across Germany for the allies, NATO allies, right? So it might have been in regard to that. Apparently, he was some guy who's on the watch list already, and why he's driving a pretty decent car around. You know, luckily it's so small, but
maybe it was a rental.
Right.
Yeah, let me just give me the good car.
Give me the fast one, right? So it's a Mini Cooper. It's a Mini Cooper because it's quick, but it can't hurt anybody. Yeah. Well, it may hurt people. Don't get me wrong, but
what's going on with you, Rio, over there on the East Coast, man? What's the big news stories rolling through there on the East Coast now?
There's not really a whole lot. I mean, we had the drone thing that's kind of settled down. We had the thing with Governor Murphy harboring aliens. That has kind of settled down. No, I'm not aware of anything exciting this week over here.
Well, you know, it's been an interesting week because of what you're saying there exactly, because all of a sudden it seems like things have started to slow, haven't they?
Yeah, it was I was...
Shit is also...
I wasn't really paying like super attention to what's going on, but nothing really caught my attention or ear to pay. You know, there was nothing really to pay attention to, I guess is a good way to put it.
Well, shit just seemed to have dropped off the radar, too, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like that whole helicopter crash thing, that dropped off the radar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all these...
The NTSB had the report on that today, actually.
What's that?
The NTSB had the report on that helicopter crash today.
Did it really?
Live news feed, yeah.
What did they come up for? What did they come up with?
They think that the actual altitude meters on the helicopter had differing, that the radar altimeter and the barometric altimeter were reading something different. They don't know for sure yet, but they had different readings. So it was actually higher than they thought it was. They thought it was at 279 feet when it hit that plane, and they thought they were different altitudes. The pilot had a different reading than the guy doing the test, you know, the actual lead pilot administering the test for the pilot in the night vision. So there's a problem. They don't know what it is for sure yet, but that seems to be what it is.
Jimmy, you smell that?
No.
It smells like something on the bottom of my shoe, man.
What is it?
Oh, no.
What you got on your shoe?
I smell cover up.
Well, listen, man. I don't know if I sent you the Musk Oval Office visit. I thought it was kind of weird. Did you?
With the kid telling me you don't belong here. Yeah.
It was a little bit weird, man. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Rock and Rio?
No, I have not. I have not I haven't really been paying too much attention to Elon. I know they went and raided the IRS today, which is probably a good thing. We'll see.
It's into the microcosm. Don't forget, Revolution Radio is fully listener supported. Come on down. Become supporters. Free speech, 48 hours a day. Studio A, Studio B. This is the Independent Broadcast Network. Mine's Jimmy. It's in the microcosm. Rock Rio's here. Epic Journeyman's here. And we're slowly moving into the past week. And I got to say, there wasn't anything really that stuck out to me this week other than this meeting with in the Oval Office. What did you get now, Epic? What did you see it? And Rio, did you see it? And what do you guys think of it?
Which part? I'm sorry, I was typing. The
visit to the Oval Office. Yeah,
Musk?
the whole thing about the Manila envelopes and the elevators and all this.
I didn't see anything with the elevators.
No, he was talking about it. He's talking about the whole
right.
system.
Yeah, no, I saw most of it. I saw about 10 minutes of it. The kid was cracking me up, so I was trying to hear everything the kid said. Right, wiped his boogers on the Resolute desk.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, no, he's a little brat, man. He is. That guy. He's raising him without any discipline. He just does whatever he wants and says whatever he wants. So yeah, it's going to be bad. Nothing like having the world's richest man not disciplined is growing up, right?
Yeah, right. Well, that goes back to the old adage, spare the rod, spoils the child, right? Yes. And I guess that kid deserves a good paddling on the bottom.
Now, is this kid's name X or Little X? What are they calling him, Little X, all over the place?
Well, they're calling him Little. His name is actually some long, weird. I forget exactly what it is, but it's some weird phrase. But it's like it's got letters and numbers and stuff in it, and they just call him X because it's a lot easier than trying to say what his actual name is. I'd have to look it up to see what the kid's name is, but it's bizarre.
Yeah, all his kids are named after weird stuff, right? Depending which wife or girlfriend he had at the time. He had that one girl that was the witch, right? It was 14 kids, I think. That we know of.
Something like that. Working all that time at Tesla and SpaceX and everything else he's doing. How does he have time for that?
Well, you don't get enough sleep. You fall down in a vagina from time to time. Not too coordinated. Oh, hey, sorry about that. What are we going to name the kid? Yeah.
Let's see. All right. He has 12 children.
Okay, 12.
With 3 different mothers. And I just got ad blocked.
So the microcosm is Revolution Radio. So we're checking into Elon Musk's children now. There's also this. There was a J.D. Vance World Business Leaders Speak. There was an action summit. Do you guys see this? No.
I just saw the speech we were talking about earlier. I didn't see the other one.
Yeah. Here you go.
I'm here to talk about AI opportunity. When conferences like this convene to discuss a cutting-edge technology, oftentimes I think our response is to be too self-conscious, too risk-averse. But never have I encountered a breakthrough in tech that so clearly calls us to do precisely the opposite. Now, our administration, the Trump administration, believes that AI will have countless revolutionary applications in economic innovation, job creation, national security, healthcare, free expression, and beyond. And to restrict its development now will not only unfairly benefit incumbents in the space, it would mean paralyzing one of the most promising technologies we have seen in generations.
So is he suggesting there be no regulation? At this point, it's a little bit too late, Jack, for regulation. The genie is already out of the bottle.
Yeah, so, it is. That's what's happening to our computers right now. I mean, it's ironic that the news, regular mainstream news is talking about AI in a big way now. It was the subject of new rules in Bill Maher tonight. AI girlfriends and stuff, right? I mean, yeah, it's everywhere because they should have cut on. They should have listened into the microcosm 8 years ago, 10 years ago. But it's just finally starting to dawn on everybody in the mainstream now.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just going to wake up one day and the world's going to be different. I'm telling you, we all know, but yeah, they don't. They're in for a rude awakening.
So the kid's name is X, and then the combined AE, right, and then A12. So X A12. A12. I don't remember the proper name for that character, but the other one is Exodark Sidereal, as in
That's the one with the witch, right? The Grimes chick.
Yeah, that's the one with Grimes. And the one kid is named Grimes.
That doesn't sound bad.
You got Kai, Saxon, Damien, Nevada.
Damien, of course. Why? Of course.
Oh yeah, Damien. There's one Nevada Alexander. Let's see. Vivian and Griffin. There's one named Griffin. Strider and Azure. And with Technomechanicus.
Oh, well, let's try this. Technomechanicus guy has to talk with one of those voice box things for people who have like throat cancer. But not that he needs it, just so he can always have that kind of mechanical voice. That should be him. And then the other guy, what was his name? The sounds like a comic book hero. Yeah, I mean they all. I don't know what's in a name, right? We name somebody something weird, they're going to act weird. That's the way I see it.
Oh yeah. I mean, look at what was it? Moon Unit, Zappa, right? Dweezil.
Yeah, Moon Unit and Dweezil. Yeah.
And there's a third one. I forget what the third one was.
Bob. No.
Yeah, I think the third kid actually did have a normal name for Zappa. But
now, Frank Zappa, on the other hand, is an extraordinarily intelligent person and very articulate. Like, if you listen to him, he can talk for hours about any subject you want. Where Elon doesn't quite have that character about him, does he? He's a weird accent. I don't think he actually talks like that. I think he throws that accent out there to sound more sophisticated. I don't think that's his normal speaking voice.
Well, you got to remember, he grew up South African English, so he probably does have some natural accent to it.
Yeah, I saw a video the other day of the latex mask phenomenon around Musk's neck area.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that.
He's got a weird neck, dude.
Well,
he does.
Well, I don't know. There just seems to be this phenomenon that's been happening over the past couple of years where all of a sudden you see this weird neck phenomenon with people, and it looks like they got a latex mask and it's curling up on their neck area.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be below the collar.
A lot of them have doubles.
I don't know, man. I can't imagine why someone would be wearing a latex mask and perpetrating to be Elon Musk. Maybe unless there is no Elon Musk.
Right, he's on his way to Mars right now.
No, I mean, I'm just saying.
He just has a step full in his shoes.
Exactly. Who knows? Listen, I got to run into the perimeter, so I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, I haven't seen the neck latex thing on Elon specifically, but I have seen it on multiple other people, including the previous president, the previous presidential candidate, Hillary. I had a double with a mask. Yeah, a bunch of people I've seen with that weirdness, and I wouldn't doubt that Elon's got body doubles running around.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
In masks. I mean, he's a high profile target. I'm sure they do it for security reasons, for multiple appearances, or he's hiding out and doing work at Tesla while the fake Elon's running around over at SpaceX or whatever they do.
Well, that's why he never sleeps. He's got all those doubles running around 24/7, for people to keep an eye on. I think it's like the Bat Cave. He's got like the little fire station poles that run down. He's got different masks and grab on the way out, and other people come in, they grab a mask and head out. They have like the big Elon Cave supercomputer with all the world's high fidelity cameras zooming in wherever they want to, different people in different places, and then Elon too.
He's one guy that wouldn't surprise me if he actually did have a bat cave.
I'm sure he does, Matt. I'm sure he does. Like, he's so obsessed with dressing up like Iron Man and the character from Doom, the Space Marine, and all these other things. He's got all his costumes. I guarantee you he does. I guarantee you he does. I'm sure he does. I mean, I bet more that he doesn't.
I would have to agree. I think he out of all the people out there, he's the one guy who would actually, and he could afford to build it too. Like, that's
because it's fun for him, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I would see him having a bat cave, and he's probably got a Batman suit in there that he dresses up, next.
Oh,
to
he
Iron
does.
Man.
And then he has like the emergency escape rocket, like he slides down the pole, and then hops in this little like chute, go whoosh, down into the cone of the rocket, and then can just take off in an emergency.
I could totally see him being that guy.
Yeah.
Totally see it. Totally. But I don't know. It's kind of interesting that he's been in the news more for what he's doing with Trump than what he's doing with his own stuff lately. But
I think that's by design, I mean, because that's the way people like that work. I mean, supervillains have super ideas that they need to develop and need the distraction while they carry them out. And I think that's what he's doing. So,
are you suggesting that Elon is Dr. Evil?
Oh, he's Dr. Evil's, what Dr. Evil wanted to be.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the lasers. The sheriff's with lasers.
He's got the lasers. and it's funny because Dr. Evil wanted to be Elon, and Elon wants to be Iron Man.
Totally. Yeah. He wants to be Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Well,
he kind of is a Tony Stark in his own way, I guess. Maybe not quite to the movie level, but really not far behind when you think about it. I mean, the guy is building cars and building rockets and, building brain implants and all sorts of weird stuff. So, maybe the flying exoskeleton will be next. Who knows?
Maybe he's responsible for all those sightings in New Jersey, actually. Right? He's got his own stuff out there.
It could be too.
That's how it's going to be, Like I was joking, but only semi-joking months back about starting with the assassination attempt, right, where he had the Kotex on the over the ear, whatever it was, the maxi pad for the ear shot on Trump, and then JD disappeared for a long time, and I was thinking, where do they implant those Neuralink chips? I bet you it's all cover for that. They just hid Elon away. They put the one in Trump, and he's actually got this whole thing. It's like an episode of The Kingsman or something, where he's got this whole army of high political figures, or maybe like the movie Looker or In Like Flint, one of those movies where they take all the world leaders and get them under control with all the stuff. He's got Neuralink and all of them. He's actually secretly controlling them all, right? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. He's the kind of guy who pulls something like that off.
Yeah, he definitely is. And
like Vance was gone for a long time. He was like completely, nobody's seen him for weeks at one point there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to make of some of these guys. I mean, Trump, whether you like him or not, he's pretty straightforward as to what his personality is, right? I mean, he doesn't really.
It's all revenge and trolling. Yeah, I mean, it's all. I mean, he's mean spirited. It's just it's who he is.
But he's public about it, right? He doesn't really.
Oh yeah, it wants to
he does.
Public. Yeah,
exactly. He's not a guy who hides his character. Vance, on the other hand, I don't know. Like
he's chameleon, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, there's something about him that strikes me as odd, and I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, chameleon would be a good way to like. There's something behind his niceness that feels fake, I guess is a way to say it.
Yeah, very fake, actually. I mean, anybody who could go from 1 minute calling Trump America's Hitler to being his vice president, yeah, I mean that's a pretty big 180 there, and pull it off too. It's not just that he did it; he pulled it off, right?
Well, but it's the same thing. Harris and Biden did the same thing, right? She attacked him and said he was the worst guy in the world, and then ended up being his vice president. So,
you didn't call him Hitler though.
Well, no, she called him a racist and whatever else.
Yeah,
the whole school bus thing.
I was that little girl. That was her big line. Which I said at the time that before they were settled on her, that the only person that could lose was Kamala Harris, right? And they picked her anyway, which makes you wonder why. I mean, she actually did better than I thought she was going to do when she came on the scene. But yeah, I mean, there's so many better choices, right? Why? It was just because she had the money, because that was the way it works. If the money had already been donated to that campaign, she starts with the coffer full from the Biden,
Yeah. Well, there was the money thing, and there's the whole the first black woman president thing, and all that nonsense that went along with it. And problem is they just pick somebody who is too stupid to really pull it off. It's just, I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but that's she just didn't have what it takes to be able to like Hillary on the other hand. As evil as she is, she had the chops to do it if it had to come down to it, right? But Kamala is just completely too stupid to pull it off.
I don't know if it's stupid as much as her delivery. Like her delivery was, she has that weird waver in her voice, and her pauses are strange, and her conversation sounds forced. And her laugh, of course.
Every time she spoke, she didn't make, at least when you listen to Hillary, she's got a point of view that you can understand and make sense, at least, to at an intellectual level, whether you agree with it or not. Like
where she improvised.
Howard would just babble, and it was like meaningless nonsense.
Well, the one about time was the best. That was my favorite, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. She just didn't have it. I mean, there's a lot of dumb people out there, but when the dumb people can't understand what you're saying, you got problems,
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully, that underground layer. I'm telling you, the underground layer is a big deal. Like that, I tell you that I swear this must be real. I told you about that tunnel system on the backside of Lanai that looks like it's being built. They're excavating this big, like Cheyenne Mountain opening in the backside where Ellison's compound is. And it turns out Zuckerberg has this underground compound on Kauai. It's 1,500 acres over there. And who do they both know? They know Elon Musk. I seriously wonder if they're sending the boring company.
I was just going to say, well, he's got the boring company too, right? So the boring company will be involved.
So they're linking all their bunkers together, across the Hawaiian Island chain, maybe all the way to New Zealand, because there sure are a lot of those guys heading to New Zealand. So.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, and there's talk of secret tunnels to, like Arizona from the California coast and stuff like that too. I mean, wouldn't surprise me if he's been involved in that as well.
That's why I always wonder about the Ukraine war, because whichever side he supported, he could just make those tunnels, right across, go behind enemy lines anywhere, and all of a sudden send an army through, right? Multiple tunnels. So that's a very real thing that I'm surprised that neither side has actually employed yet. It's going to happen.
Well, maybe that's why we need Greenland, so we can tunnel into Canada to take it over.
Right. And we'll link it to the canal. And
yeah.
And maybe we can have the express to Gaza, to Mara Gaza. Yeah. All this expansions. He really did say that during his, in a speech. If people are paying attention, his inaugural address, he was talking about this new manifest destiny. He said those words, right? And that means expanding territory. He said expanding our territory with our new manifest destiny. And what else does that mean? It means exactly what he said. He doesn't joke about those kind of things. People keep thinking he's joking. He said it in an inaugural address, right?
Yeah, no,
he really does have these things. Yeah.
He's, like I said, whether you agree with him or not, at least he lays it out there, though. It's kind of weird to actually, have a guy who's not doing double speak all the time.
Well, I mean, the thing that I always find amusing is it's not even amusing. It's not probably the wrong word, but is how people do cartwheels trying to explain. Well, that's not really what he meant. No, that is what he meant. He said what he meant. I don't know why people keep trying to interpret it some other way than what he said. He said what he said what he meant. That's an important. Here's a who there about the quote, I think, but it's legitimately what he believes. I mean, he's really going for Gaza. He really wants Canada to be the 51st state. He really wants Greenland. He really wants to take over the Panama Canal. That's all real. It's not.
Well, I think something
it's not that he's taken over the Panama Canal. It's pretty much we built the Panama Canal. And somehow, who was it? Who gave it back to Panama? Was it Carter?
It was a pre-negotiated treaty. It was during the Carter administration.
Carter, yeah.
But
Carter, yeah.
Yeah. But it was something been negotiated long before. But that was during the Carter administration. It actually officially got turned over, I think, in '99, right? So it was the deal was made, it was announced, and then the Carter administration kind of started, and then fully in 1999, I think they took full command of it.
And then China kind of came in there. And that's
they built ports. They built ports.
Yeah, but
there was something that just happened today with Mexico getting involved in the Panama thing and telling China that they need to back out or something.
Well, there's a bunch of Chinese port expansion that went on in Mexico, also. And, China been moving into these ports, for a long time. But I want to circle back around to that Vance discussion about AI because it was pretty lengthy. We only put a couple minutes there into the show, but I want to circle back around to it because it reminded me of George Bush because there was a moment in the Bush campaign where one of the main focal points was the stem cell research. And how they were so against it, and it was like it was a Christian reason, not the real reason. And so the real reason they said he wasn't going to give any government money to it wasn't because he didn't like it. It was because he wanted corporations to do it privately without government intervention.
Well, no
so
FOIL
they can
requests.
profit from it. Right. Exactly.
Right.
They can't, with the government's involved by giving you money, then there's certain aspects of something you got to do.
Transparency, right.
Exactly. But if you're a private corporation, you can do anything you want. Now, here, let's circle back to this Vance discussion about the AI. And he's saying, well, we don't want to step in with regulations and, stop the AI from moving forward in such a, important moment where innovation is, on the rise and all this. I mean, it sounds to me like what he's saying is, he wants these private companies to sit there and benefit and profit from it all without any regulation. And honestly, we've already discussed this for years coming up to this point. And at this point, it's already out of the bag. The genie is out of the bottle. You're not going to regulate the AGI. It's out there by itself. It's replicating itself as we speak. It's in your Siri or whatever. It's there right now. It's everywhere.
Copilot on your computer, which I didn't ask for.
Exactly.
Right.
All of a sudden, you got a Copilot. Silent.
I didn't want a Copilot. I didn't even know I had a Copilot. And all of a sudden, I got one.
You need a Copilot, Anyways, hey, listen, it is... have you guys sent Valentines out to your Valentines? It's Valentine's Day.
Bah humbug on that, too.
I sent a text message to my ex. There you go.
You sent a text to your ex?
Yeah. Well, she's over on the mainland, right? So,
Sounds like a country song. I'll text.
I know. It should be like a techno country song. It's my new genre of music now that I got all this music studio equipment. Techno country. What do you think? The techno, hip-hop, techno country.
Well, yeah, when Mutt Lang... What was the name of that Shania Twain? When Mutt Lang married Shania Twain, that's when country music changed forever.
Yeah, she released 2 albums. Yeah, one was pop and one was country.
My love must be a kind of blind love. I can't see anyone but you. Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or dry.
The Flamingos.
1959.
Yes.
The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky.
There you go, man. It was a simple time. A time where
that song was actually written in like the mid-30s, I think.
it was a simple time. A time where boys were men and ladies were women. Whatever. What do they say?
Well, goyles were goyles and men were men.
Yeah. This show's like All in the Family. Or McHale's Navy. One or the other. Depends.
Well, I'll tell you what. The older I get, the more I think I'm turning into Archie Bunker.
I know. It's funny, huh? It's funny how the shit you turn into the shit you rejected when you were young.
Yeah.
It's like after you take a beating for like 40 years, you all of a sudden come around. It's just like all of a sudden you wake up and smell the coffee.
It's that chair, dude. It's the Archie Bunker chair. Once that chair sucks you in, that's it. You start turning into Archie, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm turning into the get off my lawn kid.
Yeah, right.
You know, I really am.
That chair starts form-fitting you, and all you can do is yell at the people in your yard. Yep. Get off my lawn.
I gotta admit, these last 3 weeks have really they were just a rocket ride of everything, an unbelievable amount of executive orders signed, all these things going on, tariffs, no tariffs, the crypto market going down, everything just going crazy, all this stuff's just up in the air, everybody's just waiting for somebody to do something, say something, wait for the next shoe to drop. Shit just disappearing like it never happened. You know what I mean? I'm saying these stories just disappear, man. Man, they're gone. You know, but
they fire hose, right? Yeah, so much stuff all at once, you can't keep track of it all.
But even the things that you're made to be aware of, like the ragdoll that they're shoving in your face, you know, for like a week straight, there's nothing else on the news but that. You know, that doesn't even really last that long anymore, does it? I mean, it used to last for like a week.
No, it's like 4 hours now.
Yeah, it's 4 hours, and then by the end of it, you're beaten to a pulp. It's like you need to go on a vacation. You got to go somewhere and lay back in the hot springs somewhere.
I'm telling you,
and just kick it, old school.
Leave the phone at home. Yep, leave the phone at home. Just get that hammock and the awning, and make sure you got a little bit of shade and ice box. You're good to go. Yep.
Exactly, man. Some fruit.
Yep.
Some cantaloupes, some watermelon.
Oh man, I gotta go. See you guys.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. So that Mayor
pineapple.
Adams thing is the longest story I've seen in a couple of days because it lasted a couple of days, right? So
which is it?
Where all the Mayor Adams from New York, because all those attorneys, the prosecutors are all resigning. It's a bigger deal than the Midnight Massacre and Nixon administration. They had seven of them resign already. They finally found some guy who was about to retire to actually do it. Because so that's been a big story. He's going to end up getting removed by the governor anyway, so the whole thing is going to be a fiasco. It already is, but basically that hey, we'll let you off. We'll drop your criminal cases if you help us with the immigration thing. It is so transparent. Quid pro quo. But the problem is that he's not really off the hook because it's the way that they do it is the charges are dismissed without. What do they call it?
Without prejudice.
Prejudice. There you go. Which sounds good if you don't know what that means. Without prejudice, sounds no prejudice. No, what it means is it can be brought back at any time later. So it's like the sword of Damocles is hanging over Mayor Adams' head the whole time. So if he doesn't comply, they just start the charges back up. It's totally messed up, man. So that's been the big story for like the last day and a half. That's the longest I've seen a story stay in the news since this all started.
Well, he just did that whole disappearing act thing like last week, and didn't tell I forget whoever is second in line to be mayor,
right?
About his medical things, and he's like, "Oh, it was just some routine stuff." But you know,
just get his Neuralink installed. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was under anesthesia for a couple hours or whatever.
Right. Well,
you know, and
Neuralink,
it's
gotta do
the
that.
same thing like for any leader, governor, president, whatever. You know, the second in command should be at least at the ready if something goes wrong, right? Or should be informed that the procedure's happening. And he's like, you know, don't worry about it. There's people who knew if something happened.
But
so wouldn't you tell the guy who's supposed to take over?
Right, exactly.
I think they're legally obligated to, and I think that was something he screwed up too.
Well, that's why Lloyd Austin got in trouble, right? Because he had that prostate cancer thing and didn't tell anybody. Secretary of Defense.
Well,
yeah.
Looks like they're talking about the Super Bowl halftime extravaganza with Kendrick Lamar in the chat, and they're saying in the chat he was trying to show what was going on with his show. Something about the Squid Games. I didn't watch the halftime show. I was on here playing music.
I saw it. I didn't really pay that much attention to it. I kind of had it on, you know.
Yeah, my days.
I was side-eyeing it while I was racing.
Yeah, my days of trying to suss out the future by figuring out what occult,
esoteric things, or the Super Bowl halftime show.
Information.
Well, I mean, there's definitely some occult things in there that, you know, caught my eye, even not paying that much attention to it. Like, you know, the way they were dancing and the guys in, you know, the red suits and the white suits and all that stuff. But
dude, did you notice the guys dressed as condoms?
Well, hey,
some of the white ones, they literally were, like, not the whole dance crew, but there's one scene in particular where they walked around behind them and they had like the folding tip on the top of their heads. Like straight out of the movie.
If everybody sees it and everyone notices it, it's not a cult anymore, is it?
Right.
It's not hidden.
Because a cult means hidden, right?
Right.
So now it's to the point now where it's been talked about so much. You just look at, you just watch.
I guess the better term would be satanic.
Well, the thing about
Katy Perry was the last one I think that was really so overtly like that. The Katy Perry one was pretty over the top.
I don't know, right? The Beyonce with the red and the marching dudes in the black uniforms. I mean, that was pretty hardcore. But I mean,
was it last year or the year before with when the rappers were on there? I didn't mind that one too much. I mean, there was stuff in there too, but was it Snoop and what's his name? Dre, right?
I don't know, man.
I think so. Yeah, I didn't watch most of it. Yeah, I missed.
That wasn't too bad, that one.
I'm just saying, man, how many Super Bowls are there? There's been, 43 Super Bowls? How many Super Bowls, seriously?
59.
All right, 59 Super Bowls. And so out of those 59, I'll say at least, let's say 30 of those bitches have been, that's 30 years. Let's say 15 of those Super Bowls have been decoded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you got anything out of any of that shit? I mean, that's like a lot of wind. What happened with all the decoding? It's like, in other words, what is it? What did it do? Nothing.
Well, once it's decoded and it's common knowledge, it's not, like we were saying, it's not a cult anymore.
Man, I'm
now
just
it's
saying.
common.
I'm just saying.
Make jokes about it on Taco Bell commercials, right?
I'm just saying, all the decoding of the Super Bowls and all the hours spent on it and all the hours talking about it, it didn't do jack shit, is all I'm saying. It's just a bunch of hot air, in a way.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's
well, one year we did get to see Janet Jackson's nipple.
Yeah, the malfunction.
If you were watching it live,
They had the pasty over it because it was planned the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder, see, these are the kind of shows that they take time and energy to research, but I wonder if you could go back to all these Super Bowl decodings and see if they ever predicted anything that happened at all. It's interesting. I mean, you could look at the cover of The Economist and you can say, yeah, people have been right, but they've never... In other words, The Economist predicts the future, but the cover of The Economist isn't necessarily predicting the future of that year.
No, it seems like it's 3 years. It's like
we tried to figure it out. We thought it was 3 years. We thought it was 7 years.
Time, yeah.
because, but that's another one of these things where you got to sit there and go back. I mean, realistically, we've gone past all that at this point.
Well, there's people who's still working on a Sgt. Pepper's cover too.
Band on the Run from Paul McCartney Wings, yeah.
I don't know, man. At this time, I would say, trying to predict the future or whatever is like, you have to have a basis of understanding of the present in order to try to conceive of a future. And I think the very fabric of reality has been distorted since the Michelle Pfeiffer incident. And I don't think anybody can predict the future, and I don't think anybody's even trying to plan for the future. As a matter of fact, if you got retirement money sitting in the bank with all the inflation that's going on, every single day that money sitting in the bank's worth less. People aren't even, yeah, and people, I'm just saying, people are spending their retirement right now to buy shit, to buy food, down at the store. You know what I mean? People are spending that savings. They want that money, dude. How much money? Maybe one of you guys could search it up, because I can't do it myself here right now, but you should look and see how much money there is in boomer retirement money. And Generation X. I think Generation X is supposedly going to be the wealthiest generation because they're going to inherit
the boomer
shit from
money?
the boomers. Yeah. But look and see how much money that is, because there's a lot of money just laying around in these banks, ones and zeros. I mean, there's not stacks of $100 bills laying anywhere. In the bank. When you go put your check in the bank, there's no actual money changing hands. Unless they give you money. And that's really the only reason they even have a bank, is for you to have cash. Without cash, there's no need for a bank, is there? Well, why do you need a bank?
Oop, we're on a break.
Oh, shit. We'll be right back. It's from Revolution Radio.
Radio at freedomslips.com, and we'll be right back after this message.
Did you ever feel that things were not quite right? That everything was just ever so slightly askew?
Do you have, to paraphrase Morpheus, a splinter in your mind?
If you're interested in hearing the latest information about UFOs, the paranormal,
ancient cultures and structures,
monatomic elements,
longevity,
fantastic discoveries in science,
downloaded to your brain,
then tune into us. Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Mackie.
And we are Shiny Side Out, Sundays 2 to 4 a.m. Eastern. See you then.
Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. You don't need to expect us. We're already here.
If you're sick of the lies and ready to know thyself, to love thyself, well then tune in to the Loveolution with your hosts, Amy and John Paul, where we speak all about truth, love, and freedom every Tuesday night, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Studio A, right here on the Revolution Radio. And remember, only you can free your mind control. Be a Loveolutionary.
Welcome to Coffee Rants with Dan. I am the spiritual anarchist, Dan Arnold, your host. Tune in for what's really happening every Thursday. That's Thursday at 9 a.m. in Studio A on Revolution Radio. They keep us in fear to manipulate us. They want us ignorant so we're easier to enslave. They make us murder one another so they don't have to do it themselves. Only you can break their mind control by healing the contradictions within your belief systems that allow you to accept their lies in the first place. The time has come for us to remember our divinity, who we really are, to return to what we are meant to be, a service to others, to return to nature, and to reclaim our birthright, that which is freedom. The truth will sound belligerent because it is in direct opposition to lies. So get angry, because anger is sacred, and together we can unite and rise. Rise from this darkness. Humanity, assemble.
Do you love topics about history, world events, popular conspiracies, and everything under the sun, while discussing their historical context? Then welcome your host, Trinity, where no topic is off the table, truth is spoken to power, and where your voice can be heard. Here is where you can communicate openly and learn from one another, while respecting our diverse society and figuring out the truth to where we're heading. Join Trinity in a 2-hour roller coaster ride of research, comedy, and interesting content. Made with you in mind, people that matter the most. On Mondays at 12 a.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Central, only on Revolution Radio Studio B. Be a part of a different way to hear radio.
Check in every Thursday night for the Crypt Rick and Jonathan Show. Studio A, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here at the #1 listener-supported radio station, Revolution Radio.
I want to thank everybody for listening to Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com, the one place where information never sleeps. Revolution Radio.
All right, let's show them what we got here.
All right, thanks for listening while we took that short break here at Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. And now we're going to get back to your host.
It's Friday night, hour number 2. It's into the microcosm. 718-618-9905 is the number to call if you want to dial in. So right as we hit the break, we were saying, well, you know, if there's no cash, why go to a bank? There's no reason to go to a bank anymore if there's no cash. So going cashless, that is the goal. Maybe we're going to see it just sooner than rather than later, I would imagine.
Well, the eyeball scans are coming in August, right?
That's what they say. So listen, I'm sending you this Elon Musk White House Oval Office speech, Rhea.
It's pretty wild. If you haven't seen it, man, see if you can pick out the kids.
Because people are clamoring for you to go.
Organic
Sharpton on this speech to hear what's going on in reverse. But here, let's take a listen to a little bit here, and I sent you the link there, bro. Here you go.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you here. Come here often?
X, are you okay? This is X, and he's a great guy, high IQ. He's a high IQ individual.
And he's got this. Got this cool chain he's got.
So thank you very much. Wait a
So this is weird, man. This is strange. Don't you? Do you find this weird in and of itself? Here, let me get this on the screen for people. So you can see this. Another microcosm Jimmy Jean on YouTube if you want to come on there and see what's going on the screen. But I'll try to describe it because it's Elon Musk. He's standing there. He's got his T-shirt with his black coat and his black MAGA hat. What's up with that, man? All right, so listen, I just remember him sitting there smoking dope with Joe Rogan.
Right, you know, trying to focus on a thought. Yeah,
I'm just saying.
The look on his face, man.
Yeah. All right, that. So when does the talking start? Because he's, they're messing with this kid here. Hang on a second.
Weighs currently more power than any elected representative, and this is not something that people want, and it's not. It does not match the will of the people. So it's just something we've got to fix, and then we've also got to address the deficit. So we've got a $2 trillion deficit. And if we don't do something about this deficit, the country's going bankrupt. I mean, it's really astounding that the interest payments alone on the national debt.
So, like when you're in prison and you're in a cell with a bull, they make you sit down to pee, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit down and take a piss. You can't. Why is Trump? Why is he standing up? I mean, is he making a presentation? I don't get it. Why is Trump sitting down?
It's a power move, man. He's got the powers. We're in the casual attire, and he's standing up, and the kid's telling him, "What are you doing here? You don't belong on the desk," or something to that effect. Yeah,
dude. There's something that I don't know. This is odd to me. Matter of fact, I can't ever remember seeing a moment like this.
Of anybody talking in the Oval Office other than the president? Yeah, exactly right.
That's what I mean. Standing there. You know, it's a little bit strange. I gotta admit. And this Vance, the thing is when I'm hearing this Vance, let me see do I still have this Vance? Yeah, I still have the Vance. Oh no, that's the other Vance. This Vance AI discussion. This Vance dude it's like a heartbeat away. Hold on a second. It's like these people have like materialized, this Vance, here's Musk. Listen to this.
And with that in mind, I'd like to make 4 main points today. Number 1, this administration will ensure that American AI technology continues to be the gold standard worldwide, and we are the partner of choice for others, foreign countries, and certainly businesses as they expand their own use of AI. Number 2, we believe that excessive regulation of the AI sector could kill a transformative industry just as it's taking off, and we'll make every effort to encourage pro-growth AI policies, and I like to see that deregulatory flavor making its...
Man, how are you going to enforce any policies on AI? Man, AI doesn't do what you tell it to do. You do what it tells you to do. You're not there anymore, dude. Okay? This is not a disk that you load onto your computer. Okay? This is already out of the bag, homeboy. You ain't gonna regulate anything. It's too late for regulation. You just better sit down and shut up. Like, what's his nuts used to say? What was that guy? I can't think of his name. No. What a trip. He was the biggest name in the Fox News lineup. What was his name? He got fired. You know what I'm talking about. Bill O'Reilly.
Oh, Bill O'Reilly, yeah.
Exactamundo. No, man, listen.
He's still out there. He's still on
listen,
ABC radio.
The PayPal Mafia dude is here, and they're not effing around. Listen.
Exceed the Defense Department budget, which is shocking because we spend a lot of money on defense, but if that just keeps going, we're essentially going to bankrupt the country. So what I really want to say is, like, it's not optional for us to reduce the federal expenses. It's essential. It's essential for America to remain solvent as a country, and it's essential for America to have the resources necessary to provide things to its citizens and not simply be servicing vast amounts of debt.
And also, could you mention
what's with the hand? Here, you want to decode some shit? Decode that hand right there. That here, there's a hand right there.
We have a caller.
All right, right on. Listen, here, look at this hand gesture right here. While we got here, I'll make it larger while we're taking this call. All right, go ahead, caller. Welcome into the microcosm. Where are you calling? Where are you calling from?
Not there. Not there for some reason.
Oh, not there. Here, look at this hand. What is that? All right. Let's decode that shit.
What's that kid doing? I mean, look at this. How his knuckles and fingers are intertwined in a weird way.
He's got the hand. The kid's trying to throw up the hand signal too. All right, here, let's continue. 778 left the conversation.
Twice.
some of the things that your team has found, some of the crazy numbers, including the woman that walked away with about 30 million,
right,
etc.?
Well, we do find it sort of rather odd that there are quite a few people in the bureaucracy who have ostensibly a salary of a few $100,000, but somehow manage to accrue tens of millions of dollars in net worth while they are in that position, which is, what happened at USAID. We're just curious as to where it came from. Maybe they're very good at investing, in which case we should take it.
There we go, 778. Go ahead.
Yes, Jimmy G?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, this is the amazing Randy.
Hey, Randy, what's going on?
Okay, formerly 400 years ago, John D.
Right.
Okay, I got two things for you.
Okay, shoot.
All right. First of all, the Willow chip was shut down by Google because it went way past what they could handle, and it predicted things that it became a real threat.
Yeah, I noticed.
And they shut that down. Check that out. The second thing is, and you heard it here first from Amazing Randy, Donald Trump was killed about a week ago in a plane crash. And all airlines have on them a remote control device that can allow the plane to be controlled from the ground in case there's a hijack. Well, they used this device in order to fly into Trump's plane, and he's dead. Okay, now they switched him out for a double, like one that they used from Mar-a-Lago, whatever, the fake Trumps. There's three of them. The real Trump was in Cheyenne Mountain. I think that might have been the real Trump, but I'm not sure. But you need to check that out. Go to the Fulford Report, the Friday Q&A, weekly Q&As, and get the information on that. Anyway, also let you hang with that. Remember, you heard it here first.
Well, I'll just say this now. Fulford's been around for a long time. Fulford's been saying stuff for a long time. And I gotta say, for the most part, most of what he's said hasn't really materialized. I remember his claim to fame was that he interviewed, Rockefeller? He interviewed somebody. He interviewed somebody that was, some big... He used to be a financial journalist, and he interviewed somebody. Go ahead.
Aaron Russo?
No, this ain't Aaron Russo. He's talking about...
Okay.
Yeah, Randy, who did he interview? What was his claim to fame originally? He was a journalist, and
he was a journalist. He's a Canadian, and his father was a high level person in politics in Canada.
Uh-huh.
And he basically, and he's Jewish, by the way, by birth, and he admits that. And he has connections with the highest level people in the world. He's a representative for the White Dragon Society,
Right.
who tried to kill him early on, but they actually saved him from being murdered.
Yeah, I'm aware of the
There's
white.
a whole bunch of stuff behind this. It would take
No,
some time to check it
yeah,
out.
but that's not. I'm not interested in any of that. What I'm interested in is why he exists in the first place. Why he has credibility in the first place, because he had credibility on the mainstream before he was an alternative media guy, and that's what I'm curious about. What he had talked to somebody specifically, and I want to say it's Rockefeller, but I can't remember who it was, and he was writing for. I'm pretty sure he was writing for a big Wall Street newspaper or magazine. I can't remember.
He's also interviewed Rothschild, right?
What's this guy's name? What is it? It's Fulford, but what's his first name? I can't remember his first name. Anyways, if you could search out his
weekly video reports.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
What's his first name?
Benjamin, I just said.
Yeah, well, we didn't hear you. You've been breaking up since you've been on the call. So don't get pissed off, or I'll hang up on your ass.
It's the 16th century calling.
Benjamin Fulford. Okay, type that in.
Fulford.
Benjamin Fulford, financial
weekly reports.
No,
yeah.
Not weekly reports. Financial journalist, and we'll find out what magazine he used to write for.
Well, yeah, he's in Tokyo.
Yeah, I know where he is.
And go to Benjamin weekly video reports, Q&A, the information.
There goes the amazing Randy. He's breaking up.
Must be summoned back to the 16th century with the Enochian magic. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's
what it is.
All right, so listen, without all the Benjamin Fulford thing, okay? Seriously, Benjamin Fulford's been around. There's been he's talked about the White Dragons, and there was a time when Kev Baker had a guy on there from the Red Dragon Society. There's another one of the societies that this guy talks about.
And there's a Black Dragon Society from the movie Bloodsport.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kev, that interview, he got his balls busted all about that Red Dragon thing.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. Well, it got deleted when he had to delete all his shit off his channel. And so there you go. Don't worry about deleting shit off your channel over here at Revolution Radio, because there's archives. And they're free. But you got to be willing to maybe throw a bone here and there every now and then. You know, maybe you can help support, because I'm seeing that the rent man stopped by a couple times and we didn't have it. So we had to turn off the lights and, hide and say, shh, try to keep the dogs from barking when he came up banging on the door. So come on over there, help us out. We got to keep the dream alive. It's been going strong, 14 years and kicking still. All right, listen. So where were we? We were talking about this whole the situation just looks a bit weird to me. This whole Elon Musk in the
investment advice, perhaps, but just there seems to be mysteriously they get wealthy. We don't know why. Where does it come from?
Okay, so imagine this.
What business is it of his? Is the question though?
Right.
This context
Imagine
here.
this. Yeah. Everything is everything, and it's all good. It's like your house. You live in your house, and no one comes there unless you invite them over. And when they come over, they see the house that you want them to see, but they don't see how the house really is, or they don't see down in the shed or in the garage or under your house. So imagine all of a sudden, somebody just shows up and starts looking all up in your shit, looking in your drawers.
Going through your drawers, right? Yeah.
And they're finding all this stuff that you had hidden there. And it's like, the thing is I don't know. It's a bit weird, just only because the person that's doing it. In other words, you would think that a person that was going to go uncover all this. I mean, he makes money. He invests in the stock market.
Nobody's investigating him, right?
I'm just saying. I mean, if somebody all of a sudden showed up over at his place and started looking at shit, they'll find something. You know, what's not to find? But the thing is how this is going to end. I'm going to tell you right now how this is going to pan out. This is going to pan out. And the reason that they're offering these buyouts and all this noise, the whole reason behind all of this is because most of the jobs that are being done inside of these giant government bloated organizations don't need people anymore. You don't need the buildings anymore. You don't need the people. You don't need the benefits, all the shit, the retirements, all of it. You don't need that anymore because you have something now that's going to take over all those little tasks that used to have people sitting staring at screens. It's not going to be sitting there staring at screens anymore. They're not going to be processing paperwork. As a matter of fact, the paperwork angle is going to start getting less and less and less. It's going to be a matter of you showing up, showing your eyeball, and all and everything on your ledger is going to come up. Because that's the way it's going to be. And there's not going to be any way around that. That's where we're going. You know, if you're sitting in an office somewhere in a cubicle, you're gone. And just know that. That's happening. It's not that's what this is, the Department of Government Efficiency. You know what I mean? If it's not efficient, got to get rid of it. It's costing us money. We're bleeding.
No, it's humanity.
We're bleeding money. But first they're going to get the Bernays sauce in the chat room said it was $76 trillion. $76 trillion sitting in those banks. Now, was that just for the boomers, or was that boomers and Generation X combined? I'm not sure.
Answer. I was looking at it too, like individually. So baby boomers have an average 401k balance of $250,900, an average IRA of $250,966, and Gen X is $191,900 for 401k balance and $100,169 for IRA. When you get to Gen Z, it's $13,000 for 401k balance and $6.479 for average IRA balance. Not looking great for Gen Z. But of course, they're young, so, you know.
Yeah, well, the future could be bright, I guess. But not if you're sitting in a cubicle.
No,
maybe,
well, no. I mean,
you can just lay
the things are going
around.
to eliminate are humanity. Humanity costs money. That's what this comes down to. Every single job done by a person is going away. It's always been that way. We've talked about it for years, and that's exactly what's happening, right? It starts with the government first because it's the easiest, but you know, if you just plan this out and model the whole thing, what's going to happen is it's going to extend to everyone else, right? I mean, what benefit is there for a person to go to a job that a computer does better, that AI does better, that automated plants do better, right? So people better start thinking about this universal income and government, but they're not going to. It's going to leave us on our own and have us fight outside, like the movie Zardoz, right? We'll be the people outside the dome city, you know.
Everybody's going to be running to get their eyeball scanned so they can get their new universal income. Believe me. There's not going to be any question about it. Because if you don't do it, you don't exist.
Going to be outlanders.
Look at there's 66 people in the chat room, and the chat rate is 6. Oh man, see, Elon Musk's. Look at him.
And I think the reality is that they're getting wealthy at the taxpayer expense. That's the.
They're getting wealthy at the taxpayer's expense. You know, the thing is, I really despise the corruption and everything. I despise it all. But I'm just saying, who's this guy?
That's what I'm saying, right? The South African guy.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, who's this guy? Like, you gotta have, I mean, if you're discovering the soiled underpinnings of everything, I mean, shouldn't you be above reproach? I mean, shouldn't your garments be white? He's not wearing white over there, dude. He's wearing a black hat and a black jacket.
Yep.
Okay.
A lot of symbolism there.
I'm just saying.
Guess he didn't bring Damien. He brought X instead.
I don't know, man. It's into the microphone. 718-618-9905 is the number to call. Ronan says he's not scanning his eyeball. Well, dude, like I say, you don't scan your eyeball, you don't get to get into the company store over there. You can't go into the generic store. They have shit that looks like the shit you used to buy, but it's not quite what it was. In other words, they look like Levi's. They got a Levi's patch on the back, but it's not Levi's.
They're Lenny's. Yeah, they're Lenny's.
It's just called Levi's.
Or they're Levi's with an I from China. Levi's. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, those will probably get tariffed out. You don't want to buy those. Levi's from China.
You think you're buying them with the holes already in them? That's just the way they come.
Remember when the USSR, they used to always crave Levi's?
Oh, yeah, $200.
Levi's,
back in the 70s.
Back in the day. You could Levi's were like nylons during World War II. You show up with a pair of Levi's, you know, the world is your oyster. I don't know, man. I'm getting rid of all my Levi's. I don't wear them anymore. I had to get rid of them. I'm strictly.
I live in Hawaii, man. Yeah, I just can't do it.
No Levi's for you either.
No.
Levi's are a dead giveaway. If you're wearing Levi's, people know where you're coming from. Levi's over there at Rio, you wearing them? No. I bet you still got the same jeans you had in high school. I swear.
I do.
I bet you do. Do you really?
Yeah, a couple pairs of them.
See, man, I knew it.
They're real Levi's, you know.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Those are the ones you don't want to get rid of. The only ones I'm getting rid of are the ones I bought at Costco because they ain't real Levi's, man. I'm telling you right now, I put my hand right through the pocket, reaching in for my lighter, and it went.
I got to be honest though, for like work, because I shred clothes and destroy them pretty quickly. I just go with the $10 Walmart specials now for the most part, because they're disposable, right?
Exactly, everything's disposable. Just like your gray jumpsuit, you know, you just put on the gray. Just go down to Target, your gray jumpsuit. You see the labeling and the packaging at Target. Have you ever been there?
It's dirtier than the clothes, yeah.
No, I'm just saying it's very generic looking. It doesn't have. I mean, it's like their brand or whatever. It's nasty, man. It's just like I'm saying. I honestly, I think in the future, some of this older shit is going to be worth a lot of money.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially after everyone throws it all away, like they did when they said, "Hey, CDs." Everybody's like, "Get rid of those records, honey." Just throw them.
I regret not having my vinyl albums, man. I had a huge collection.
Yeah, where are we going to play the records? We don't have a record player anymore unless we've got a CD player. Get rid of those records. You know? I was recalling that record store the other night on Chill Illuminati, and we were talking about Tower Records, man.
Oh, yeah, I used to hang out there.
That shit was...
They were in the warehouse, right?
That's what I mean. Warehouse, but I mean, Tower Records was 10 times as big as the warehouse. Tower Records was huge, man. Imagine
people
if
who worked there all thought they were DJs and stuff. Yeah, I remember like
there
was
the only
a vibe
place you could work with long hair.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I got
that's
a job there. You know what I mean? I got a job there.
I remember I used to go there back when my stoner days, and just be out there and like be the amazing Kreskin. I just put my hand out over a shelf, you know, and find the vibe that reached out to me, and just pick the record out, and I'd look at the cover and say, okay, let me try that one. That wasn't rich or anything. It's just like once a month, you know. I just like, I got to try this. And every once in a while, it worked. You know, you find something really cool.
There's a badass record store in Santa Cruz. It's called Red Light Records. And they got records in there, CDs. It's mostly CDs, though. There's really no records left anymore.
Expensive, yeah.
Certain ones.
They're not eternal either. Records wear out. You know, that's the problem. They get scratched and sun damage and water damage, and that's why they're valuable. Good condition.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's in the microcosm. My name's Jimmy. I'm beat to a pulp, man. It's been a long week for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a long,
Yeah.
it's been a long week. And I'm
Yes,
sure it
it
is
has.
for everybody. So everybody seems a bit tired and lackadaisical. I don't know if it's because the human resonance has been going off. I don't know if we're getting hit by the sun. I know everybody was paranoid that Greece was going to blow. I saw this shit about the magma moving under Europe. You know, Europe was going to sink into the ocean. Everything's going to happen, you know. I mean, it's just gotten to a fever pitch, man. It's like every day there's like 9 end of the world scenarios that are going on.
Well, now they told you that the meteor's going to hit, you know, in 2032 or whatever, right? It's 2% chance, and then but it might adjust up or down.
I think
The
everybody's
prophecy's going to hit
shell-shocked.
us, but now it's not going to. But it's a planet killer if it does hit us, right? So
Everyone's shell shocked. You know, nothing bothers anybody anymore. It has to be really, really intense before anybody gets rattled. You know,
it would take the dinosaurs running, you know, from Jurassic Park, the raptors running around your block to get people involved, and then even then they just stay inside.
now
You
that
know.
plane crash thing though, it's kind of interesting though, huh? Like, who was on that plane really that got the helicopter flew into that day? Who was really on that plane? Maybe there was somebody.
Sales ice skaters, right?
Well, that's what they say. Maybe this time, what's his nuts was right about something.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, I'm just saying, wouldn't that be kind of, you know, like everybody thinks he's on Air Force One, but really he's on some other, you know, smaller, indescript plane.
You know. Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, there's that whole thing about. Because I was talking about it live at the time. I was wondering why there wasn't more security being taken for when he was still flying. We talk about Trump there, flying Trump Force One. When the Iranians are out to get him, and they got those, you know, shoulder-fired missiles and all that stuff, the easiest thing to do in the world would be to blow him up, leaving New Jersey, you know, or you know, down in Florida, right?
But what this dude just got,
And they hit him. They put him on another plane. They put him on an Epstein plane. That other guy's plane. That what's his name? Wilkins or I forget his name. Not Wexner. Anyway, this other guy's private plane, and left the crew out there to fly without him as bait.
well,
So
what
maybe he
I'm
was
saying
flying
is,
in
how
to-
do you nobody knows where he's flying or what he's flying in. What I'm
Yeah,
saying
right.
is, this guy Amazing Randy's saying that the Fulford report was saying that it, you know, I don't know what plane he was saying went down, but what I'm saying is, what he brought up was that these planes could be flown remotely because of hijacking. And if that's the case, then someone could have easily taken control of that helicopter, regardless of who was in it, and flown it into the plane that nobody knew the president was actually in. See?
Well, now that he's president, he'd fly Air Force One or Marine Force One. They have better protection. He's got flare dispensers and electronic warfare and that kind of things. So I'm sure he'd fly that. But when he's flying his personal plane, yeah, it was a perfect opportunity to take him out for people who had the means, you know, i.e. the Iranians, for example, you know, government actor.
What
So,
if he's the ice skaters though? What if he was like going stealth? He's like, "Hey Billy, let's go stealth."
We're landing on runway 33. Yep.
That's what I'm saying, man. Anyways,
This is right there in D.C. I mean, it's just, you know, right. That's why the congressmen love it, and they fly flights, and they're actually the airport's made to fly because they want to get out and go home on the weekends, right? And it's right there. That's why it's such a crowded air corridor.
I you know, it's a fiction story, you know, made up. But there you go, man. We'll see. Maybe it'll pop up sometime soon. My name's Jimmy. It's in the Microcosmos Revolution Radio. It's free all night long. But you can be a supporter. You can come on down, be a supporter. Because we are listener supported. No commercial interruptions. Only letting you know about some shows that might be here. Studio A, Studio B, 48 hours a day, 7 days a week. 718-618-9905 is the number to call if you want to give us a ring. Let's hear what you think. I don't know. I mean, this looks like we're on the precipice of the metropolis that we've talked about so many years ago, dude. You know, how many people have decoded the metropolis since then? And how many before us? But it didn't matter, did it? Because here we are. You need to go down and get your eyeball scanned immediately. Right now. Come on down. The lines are forming already. We heard there's going to be $1,600 a month. All you got to do is go down there.
Just got to show up. Right. What's great is I was thinking about the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary thing, and they're doing all these skits. And I haven't seen this one yet, but it's going to come up, and it reminded me of the eyeball thing. If you can't go get your eyeball scanned, it'll be like the land shark skit. You hear the knock at the door, you open up the door, right? It'll scan it right there.
You fucking
Don't worry,
look through the
it'll come to you.
peak. You look through the peak hole.
Right,
And scans your eyeball. Get in the hole, boy. It's Tulsi Gabbard.
It's not just got a strap on the other side of her head, too. Right in there. She looked like Storm from X-Men by the time she gets done here.
Hi, this is the Low Energy Show. My name's Jimmy. And I got low energy syndrome tonight. Rockin' Rio.
It's low T. It's low T.
No, it ain't low T. It's low E, dude. Low energy.
Right.
I got no problem
Right.
with the T. That's the problem. I got too much T. I got to sit here and pretend like I don't have any so no one gets scared.
There you go.
Can't start
There you go.
acting
Some of that
like
toxic masculinity
can't
leaking
start
out.
acting like a man. Next thing you know, people are running for the doors saying that I'm angry.
You get
Just fucking
the
act
big
like a
bird
man.
Frank
What?
Thomas coming in there checking on you. Hey man, it's okay, Jimmy. If you got low T, Hey, it's all his Doug Flutie will show up. Let's see, with an eyeball scanner, right? I'll be good.
I don't know, man. You better watch out. That's all I'm saying. People start running for the doors. You just got to be cool, man. You got to have that sort of tone to your voice. You can't sound like a man. Get that bass out of your voice, boy. Sit down when you pee right now.
I've been noticing a lot of feminine sounding guys in the media lately, man. I don't know what that's all about. It's just me. I mean, I'm noticing like a lot of guys with the weird kind of lisp thing going, or not even really lisp. It's just like this really high timbre, melodic almost. I don't know what's going on, man. Low T. It's low T.
It's not that. It is. The problem is it's the female hormone mimicking chemical that's in the it's in the plastics.
The Impossible Burgers.
It's in the water. It's in the water, man. And you can't help it because it's in those plastic bottles.
With the cobra venom.
It's called bisphenol A. Okay, it mimics the female hormone. So it super feminizes women and it feminizes men. And so in order to conceptualize what I'm talking about, imagine, if you will, a semi-truck filled to the brim with bottled water. It's stacked high, it's stacked deep, and it's stacked tight. It's in there. And as that truck's moving down the highway, the interior of that trailer is like 185 degrees in there. And as your bottled water is heading down the road under these extreme temperatures, this bisphenol A is leaching out of this cheap plastic into your water. So even though it says spring water on the side of your bottle, it doesn't warn you about the leaching bisphenol A. And don't forget, when you go to the store and you get a receipt back from the store, that printed ink on there, yeah, it's full of bisphenol A. It might even be bisphenol A in the paper itself. For whatever reason, I know there's concern for workers having to come in contact with this bisphenol A on a regular basis. Working with these receipts. Makes you just want to sit down with a cigar and your favorite sipping alcohol and celebrate President's Day.
I drink alone. Yeah, with nobody else. I drink alone. Yeah, with nobody else. Yeah, you know when I drink alone, I prefer to be by myself.
I guess, he hasn't talked about alcohol yet. I guess he could have been talking about water. Rio, do you sit alone drinking water? I just sit there in my house drinking water. I drink water all by myself. I'm alone.
Kind of embarrassed, man. I'm overhydrated here.
Do you drink alone?
Drink a lot of water,
You drinking alone by yourself?
A lot of water, yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. We've gone off the rails so early tonight. It must be that low energy. Low E is what we got going on. We got low E syndrome. Less. More with less. 718-618-9905 is the number to call. Give us a call. Let us know what's up, what you're thinking. Is it time to smoke a big fat one? I don't know. Knock your ass out. Put you on the couch. Could be. I mean, half the population's knocking themselves out. The other half is already asleep. Blind in one eye and I can't see out of the other one. You know how it is? I think Rock and Rio fell asleep.
Wow, how'd you find the money to build your new kitchen? Lock, they helped me.
Rock and Rio, are you still there? No.
I am here, yes.
Oh, are you working on the...
I'm working in the lab a little bit here.
Oh, shit. I didn't know. See...
there's some strangeness here.
There's no way to tell.
Yeah, well, it's usually what happens when you send me a video and then I get quiet.
I know.
He's got the high school jeans on under the lab coat.
Exactly, I forgot.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, then. See this music right here? It's like sorbet. You gotta clean the palate. You know what I'm saying? It's in the microcosm.
Some of us, we're hardly ever here. The rest of us, we're born to disappear. How do I stop myself from being just a number? How will I hold my head to keep from going on? Down to the wire, I wanted water, but I'll walk through the fire. If this is what it takes to take me even higher, then I'll come through like I do when the world keeps testing me, testing me, testing me.
718-618-9905 is the number to call.
They find me here. What do they want from me? All of these vultures hiding right outside my door. I hear them whispering. They're trying to ride it out. They've never gone this long without a kill before. Down to the wire. I wanted water, but I'll walk through the fire. If this is what it takes to take me even higher, then I'll come through like I do when the world keeps testing me, testing me, testing me.
There he goes. John Mayer from the Continuum LP. Long player. All right. So, there we go. We cleared the palate. But now, unfortunately, we got to talk about something. So,
well, I'll give you a little nugget to chew on.
All right. Throw me a
from the Elon thing here.
Yeah. What time?
This is actually Donald Trump.
Well, what time is it? It's 1:15. All right, go ahead. Give us a teaser. Go ahead.
All right, so this is Donald Trump. He says, "The animal within those lizard men is here below us. Life's a mystery. There's a myth we must initiate to bring the curse on it."
Get out of here, man.
Uh-huh. Let me, I gotta zoom out to get it back to where it was.
Are you telling me David Icke was right?
Donald Trump says there's the lizard man. I don't know.
All right, go ahead. Let me have it.
Hang on, I gotta zoom back to it because
no problem. It's in the microcosm. Rock and Rio's here, going organic Sharpton on Elon Musk and President Trump. I gotta say, man,
That's the honest truth of it.
I'm looking at this Trump here, and this Trump does look a little different.
Yeah, well, you know, this is probably one of the most bizarre things I've heard Donald Trump say in reverse, right? You know, the lizard men, like, I don't know. Maybe Donald's becoming a little unhinged and backwards.
You know what? All the shit I embraced is turning out to be bullshit, and everything I rejected is turning out to be true. Like, there was giants. They did eat...
And lizard people.
Go ahead. It's a topsy-turvy world. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely strange. All right, here we go. The animal within those lizard men.
Oh, the animal within those lizard. My numbers, including the woman that.
Hold on, let me.
I definitely heard that.
The animal within those lizard men.
The animal within those lizard men.
I heard it.
He is here below us.
He's here below us.
Damn.
Life's a mystery.
Life's a mystery.
There's a myth we must initiate to bring the curse on it.
There's a myth that must initiate the curse on it.
Holy shit. Wow, man. See now, and you're just barely even getting into it at this point.
Yeah.
That's enough right there to just blow somebody completely out of the water.
Well, then, you know, the next little bit here is Elon, and I found two spots here. Let me get over to that. This one, he says, Satan has her purpose. Tell her it. Right? And then that one.
Dude, I'm starting to think about that movie, The Fifth Element. Those lizard people that look like regular folk until they get aggravated or whatever, and they can't control their emotions, and then they zap back out and turn into these giant lizard heads. Man, I don't know. Maybe that's why he's wearing the mask.
Could be.
Maybe he's got the mask on because really he's got a lizard head underneath there. They're just throwing that mask of latex shit underneath that latex. Maybe he's got a lizard face.
Well, maybe David Icke was right? The lizard people coming up from the center of the earth.
Who knew?
Oh, here you go. Here's an Elon. Elon saying, Satan has her purpose. Tell her it.
Oh, listen to me.
Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong.
He said
the interest payments alone on the national debt.
I'm in the wrong spot. Hold on.
He said, all listen to me in reverse.
Yeah. That was, all will listen to me. I'll just make you. And then that was that line. All just listen to me. I will make you. I'll just make you. So that's what that is.
Oh, listen to me. Just make you.
Oh, listen to me. I'll just make you. And then he says the Satan line. Again.
Not hearing nothing.
Well, I keep skipping past it here.
Oh, it's in the Microcosmos Revolution.
Okay, here we go. Satan has her purpose.
Satan has her purpose. Tell her it.
Tell her it. right?
Yeah.
Get out. And then the next line says, "Get out, city boy. We're buying it up."
Yeah, city boy with buying up.
Yeah, you know,
Get out, city boy. Yeah.
Get out, city boy. We're buying it.
You know what, man? This Elon Musk situation, it reminds me of the movie Wall Street. And it reminds me of when what's his nuts is he's coming up.
Greco.
Yeah, Greco. But Charlie Sheen's coming up, and he wants to, he's trying to get in the good graces, trying to do some deals. And his father is the head of a union of this company. Okay? So pretend the company is America. All right? And here comes Greco. And what does he do when he corporate raids a company? What's he do? He comes in.
Everybody steals their pensions, yep.
Steals their pensions, right? What does he do? And then he sells off the shit out from under everybody.
Is Greco a gecko, making him a lizard man?
He could be, because I think, in my opinion, I'm saying Elon Musk is doing a hostile takeover of the United States of America in cahoots with these Silicon Valley PayPal mafia types. The J.D. Vance dude is there a heartbeat away, brother. He's a heartbeat away. Go ahead.
Well, the interesting thing here is he said Satan has her purpose. And I'm not sure if that's referring to like the mayor of Los Angeles. And then it says, "Get out, city boy, we're buying it up." And there was something about burning a little near that too. So I'm going to assume that that's about buying up the land in Los Angeles.
Well, did you see there was a contract for these bulletproof Tesla vehicles?
And have their will be decided.
Oh, sorry.
Did you see this though? Is that true? Is there a contract for now? The government's going to buy a bunch of Tesla trucks set up bulletproof style. Is that true?
I mean, after the bomb exploded in one at the Trump Tower, they kind of proved that it can contain a blast, right? So maybe it is the safest vehicle on the road.
Maybe. All right. What time is it? So we got a few minutes left before the break. 718-618-9905 is the number to call. If you want to give us a call, let us know what you think. And we're going to get into some more of this reverse perverse circus with Rock and Rio. He's going Organic Sharpton. And how the Organic Sharpton name came to be. At one point, we did some reverse speech on Sharpton. And Rio did it on the spot, organic style. So we called it Organic Sharpton. So... But I mean, organic speech on this show is like what? I mean, it's like it's one of our tools, isn't it, Rio?
Yeah.
And we just pull it out. You can just pull it out anytime and bring it to bear on whatever subject matter or any individual. Can't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. That's what makes it so special. And that's why you tune in to Revolution Radio to find Into the Microcosm every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific. And on Saturday night, on YouTube with the Chilluminati at 7 o'clock Pacific.
Although I do have to say that of all the things I've ever heard Donald Trump say, I've never heard him reference lizard men before. This is a new one.
That is a new one. I think you should definitely bring it back at the top of the hour because I'm sure we'll have some new folk joining us. I haven't gone over to TalkStream Live to see what's going on over there yet. Maybe I should mosey on over there. And if you're over there or you're not over there, go over there and click on Revolution Radio and have us raise up to wherever. I don't know where we are now. We're probably somewhere down in the lower end is what I'm imagining. But I can't tell at this point. I have no internet. My internet's been weird and wonky.
You got low E.
I got low internet. I got low I. Yeah, we don't exist. We're not even on there. I'm at like page number 10.
Yeah.
No, I don't see us anywhere. I don't see Revolution Radio on here. Did we get thrown off of here?
Happened a couple weeks ago, right?
Drone wants me to do a reverse on You're So Vain by Carly Simon.
Well, so far, I'm all the way down to the last 5 pages where I find our independent broadcast network. But I do not see Revolution Radio on here anywhere. At least nowhere in the top area here. I might have scrolled.
That's unusual. You usually like 5 or something and then drop down.
No, I don't see Revolution Radio Studio A.
Oh, it says Revolution Radio's not on air. I saw a message before that said it was back online, but...
No, it's not on air now?
It might not be.
No, but the icon would still be there on TalkStream Live. Even if the station was off the air.
So, I mean, there's people in the chat at Rev Radio.
Yeah, but I don't see Rev Radio on TalkStream Live in any of the pages. Studio A, or Studio B. It's not on here. Well, you can go over there and check it out. See if you find it on there. Let me know if anybody finds it. Throw it in the chat. Tell me if you see it. It's Revolution Radio, I think. I think we're on the air. I think we're going out. I know we're on YouTube. That's for sure. So.
And we are on Free World as well.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know Free World was still on the air.
Yeah, apparently it came back.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know. I don't know about any of that, man.
Rockin' music.
I know this.
Music.
It's the top of the hour.
On my mind.
Listening to Revolution Radio.
Are you interested in the paranormal, murder mystery, real natural law? Do you enjoy interviews with amazing guests? Then join Crypt Rick every Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Revolution Radio. Studio A, freedomslips.com. Crypt Rick's Thinking. Welcome to the Crypt.
It is no secret that the so-called mainstream media is best described as controlled propaganda. Countless news stories are either totally ignored or spun with half-truths, and because of this, essential facts and vital information are often compromised. Join Dr. Ott every Friday night on Studio B at 10 p.m. Eastern and learn why The Story Behind the Story was nominated for a Peabody Award in its second year of producing unparalleled broadcasting excellence in 1997. That is, if you really care about learning the truth.
Do you love topics about history, world events, popular conspiracies, and everything under the sun, while discussing their historical context? Then welcome your host, Trinity. Where no topic is off the table, truth is spoken to power, and where your voice can be heard. Here is where you can communicate openly and learn from one another, while respecting our diverse society and figuring out the truth to where we're heading. Join Trinity in a 2-hour roller coaster ride of research, comedy, and interesting content. Made with you in mind, people that matter the most. On Mondays at 12 a.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Central, only on Revolution Radio Studio B. Be a part of a different way to hear radio.
If you're sick of the lies and ready to know thyself, to love thyself, well then tune in to the Lovolution with your hosts, Amy and John Paul, where we speak all about truth, love, and freedom every Tuesday night, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Studio A, right here on Revolution Radio. And remember, only you can free your mind control. Be a Lovolutionary.
Interrupt your normally scheduled programming to bring you this important broadcasting announcement.
Now is the time to explore your greatest potential, embracing truth, health, and wellness while discarding the system and exposing its corruption. Experience true freedom every Saturday night between 6 and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live from Studio B. It's the Jonathan Wright Show.
Find it right here at revolution.radio.
We're an anarcho-syndicalist commune. We take it in turns to act as a sort of executive officer for the week. Yes. But all the decisions of that officer have to be ratified at a special bi-weekly meeting. Yes, I see. By a simple majority in the case of purely internal affairs. Be quiet. But by a 2/3 majority in the case of more... Be quiet. I order you to be quiet. Look, you stupid bastard, you've got no arms left. Yes, I have. Look! Just a flesh wound.
I don't believe I've seen such a display of courage, skill, nerve, grace, and stupidity.
I'll do you for that. Oh, what? Come here. What are you going to do, bleed on me? I'm invincible. You're a loony. The Black Knight always triumphs.
Roundtable Live, Monday through Friday, 1 a.m. till 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Bring your mind, bring your ideas, bring your voice. King Arthur had nothing on us here at Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. All right. Thanks for listening while we took that short break here at Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. And now we're going to get back to your host.
It's Revolution Radio. It's into the microcosm. It's Friday night on the West Coast. It's Saturday morning on the East Coast.
Too much confusion. I can't get no relief.
718-618-9905 is the number to call.
Drink my wine while me and dig my earth. But none of them along the line know what any of it's worth.
All right, there we go. Rock and Rio, have you returneth from whence you cameth?
Yes.
Do you have the material? Have you retrieved the material?
Star. I got to look at the original video because I'm not sure who's talking in the background behind Elon. But it says I don't know if it's the kid or it's a reporter or what, but I hear I work with demons.
Well, it's probably the kid. The kid says a couple lines, they're audible during this that are pretty trippy. Just forward.
I gotta look at the video at this specific time to see exactly where it is, but it's like a minute in. It's I think it is the kid. Here, I'll just play it so you can.
We'd have to, if you it's all right. So tell you, gravitas can be difficult sometimes. If there's not a good feedback loop from the PB, we'll have the figure on it.
Hold on.
This may seem like democracy.
Right there. Okay, you hear the little voice in the background.
Presidency is to restore democracy.
So, Charlie much clearer in reverse.
Yes, Your Honor.
I work with demons to serve
democracy.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's kind of hard because Elon's talking over him, but it says, I work with demons to serve something under there. And I think that's the kid. So I don't know. There's another line about Christ here, and then he said about Christ getting in the way, and then he says, but he was worshipped, so it's okay. Which is a little weird too. Linda says Elon's boy also used the F word on the Donald. Which kid is this even? Is this X? Is this?
Man, that's that Omen kid. What's that kid's name? Damien?
No, this one's X. Yeah, it's another kid named Damien. This one's
man.
X.
That kid's name's Damien, dude. Is there any Doberman pinchers in the room? Rottweilers?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm tripping out the kid's chain. He's got this weird monarchical kind of bandolier style chain that old aristocrats used to wear under his jacket.
Well, he's I guess he would be considered an aristocrat, right?
I guess so. Future richest kid in the world, yeah.
So right after the kid says we work with demons, Elon over top of him says we're all serving Satan. So
I think someone saw that kid smoking cigarettes.
I'll play that again in a little slow.
I think that kid was smoking cigarettes in a T-shirt. They got a picture of him. I saw it.
He might be
smoking a cigarette. He's holding he's got a bottle of Jack in one hand, smoking a cigarette.
So here's the kid with the serving demons, and then Elon saying, right, we're all serving Satan here.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're all serving Satanists.
Is to restore world Satanists.
So
what does he say after that?
The president.
I'm not sure.
Significant part of this.
He's stuttering a bit there, so it might not be something. Sounds like Vegas again.
Martin in the chat is saying his cousin played Damien in Omen 2. Jonathan
Oh, really?
Scott Taylor is Martin's cousin. Yeah, go ahead.
Ah, that's kind of interesting.
Hey, it's good too. Martin's celebrating 6 months cancer free too.
Oh, nice.
I know. Go ahead.
So they're all serving Satanists, and then here's the line about Christ gets in the way.
Og Guds råd sig.
Okay, the Lord gets in our way, he says.
Og vel, jeg har
And then whatever that is, sounds like it's Arabic or something, like a high, you know, neck like a high, make a hiney ho kind of thing.
At a high level. Og vel, jeg har
I have no idea what that means. Then he says, but he was worshipped.
But he was worshipped.
So the Lord gets in his way, but he was worshipped. So they serve. The kids working with demons. Elon says we're all serving Satanists. The Lord gets in our way, but he was worshipped. So take that for what it's worth. With the lizard men below us.
That kid.
So forward, the kid says, "You aren't the president. You need to go away." And then he says, "I want you to shut your mouth."
That kid reminds me of Joe
The
C.
kid said that forward. I want you to shut your mouth.
Yeah, forward
to Donald Trump.
To Donald Trump, yeah.
Wow.
While he's picking the booger out of his nose and wiping it on the Resolute desk. Yeah. The first one I think is you aren't the president. You need to go away. And the second one is I want you to shut your mouth. I think that's the
See
booger
if
one.
you can find where somebody just picked that out and give it to us.
Yeah, I'm reading a Newsweek article. It's got some videos.
Yeah,
here,
get the video
sort
because
of-
they might have a clip down to where it is exactly.
where you can hear.
I saw it, but I couldn't really hear what he was saying.
No, I heard it. I heard it when they did it too on another show. But yeah, this Newsweek one might be better. Let me go ahead and see if I can scope it. Be right back.
Deal today. It's Doge, and I'm going to ask Elon to tell you a little bit about it and some of the things that we found, which are shocking. Billions and billions of dollars in waste, fraud, and abuse. And I think it's very important. And that's one of the reasons I got elected. I said, we're going to do that. Nobody had any idea it was that bad, that sick, and that corrupt. And
That's where that's the forward of where he was talking about the lizard people. I'm looking for the
Billions
kid.
and billions and billions.
Well, you know, it's funny
How could the
because
American people
the way,
can't
the way
stand
Trump
for it?
says billions and billions, right? One of his speeches previously, where he was talking about the millions and millions coming across the border.
Yeah.
The reverse was they're aliens, which makes perfect sense, right?
What does he say when he says billions and billions? They're lizard people.
Well, no, that's fine.
Millions is aliens, billions is lizards.
I don't know. That was just that part was not the where he was. The billions part wasn't part of that. Lizards. But yeah, there's some. I don't know. That lizard thing has really got me. That was a strange one from the.
It was 718-618-9905 is the number to call. If you want to give us a call and let us know what you're thinking about this reversal. You know, the reverse speech revealing the innermost workings of the subconscious in the middle of the night on Revolution Radio and the Independent Broadcast Network. All right. Rock and Rio. I think Epic Journeyman was trying to suss out the evidence. There's hacking going on somewhere in the distance, which leads me to believe they're.
Yeah, I got the one. I'm gonna send it into the Skype chat.
Seems to me there's potentially dopes being smoked when I hear coughing. If you're smoking
No,
weed,
unfortunately, it's just a cough. It's been plaguing me for a week now.
you've been plagued. Be
Yeah.
careful. Michelle
I've
Pfeiffer.
been sucking on Ricolas like a style.
Make sure you check the eye hole before you open the door. Might be Michelle Pfeiffer trying to sneak up in there. You do kind of look like that one dude she used to go out with, Fisher Stevens. You kind of got a Fisher Stevens vibe to you, dude. Watch out. It's Michelle Pfeiffer. She wants you to look into the hole, man.
There's something about you. 'Cause even in my sleepless nights, I'm thinking about you.
718-618-9905 is the number to call.
I think it's magic. I think it's magic. Yeah, I think it's magic. Yeah, I think it's magic. I think it's magic. I think it's magic.
Well, it's still Valentine's Day on the West Coast. Did the Tin Man, is the Tin Man the one that didn't have a heart?
Yes. And the Dark Side of the Moon album ends exactly where Dorothy leans over and puts her ear to the Tin Man's heart, and it goes pumping to them. Perfect.
The Tin Man. Don't be the Tin Man. Have a heart. Well, I guess when we did that show about Kirk fighting the Gorn, and it was called The Star Trek Archaeologist, and we did a show about the Lizard Within.
Yep. Irina, yep. That's the name of the episode.
Man battling his inner lizard. Put your lizard back in your pants. Don't drain the lizard. Alright, listen. That's right, I got a million of them. I'll be here all week. Rocket Rio, have you returneth from the ether space?
Yes, I.
With more. Please continue.
Oh, that's all I've found so far. So, unless we go truly organic.
You see how it is, man? No matter what you find, they always want more. It's never enough.
That kid is creepy as heck, man. He is.
You notice that?
All the things to say to the president, right? You're not the president. You need to go away.
Oh, you sent? Did you send it over there?
Yeah, it's in
He did, and that clip he sent where the kid saying it is exactly the same clip you just heard where he says, I work with demons. In reverse.
There you go.
I still can't figure out what he says forward.
He is that Omen kid, man. I wonder if there's kicking it over at 666 Park Avenue.
With Kushner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kicking it
Jared.
over there. They're having a scotch and a cigar celebrating President's Day. Trouser lizards. Yeah. All right. The old elusive one-eyed trouser lizards, they're gone extinct because the bisphenol A causes shrinkage like cold water.
Low E.
Low T.
Yeah. That's why I call him the Big Hurt. It hurts to find out.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That whole thing is a bunch of bull. All of a sudden, there's this, like, all of a sudden, you're just hearing these commercials. I don't know, Bill. I just really don't feel the same at the gym anymore. But man, dude, I don't know about you, but fuck. this guy's been going wild. Well, Bob, see, that's because I didn't know it, but I had low T. Now I'm taking this shit right here, and you can get it right there. You can get a free bottle of it right now. All you got to do
she's
is
gonna love it. Yeah.
Let's give me a break. When did it become a thing? It's like, that's what I mean. It's like, when did all of a sudden everybody started getting sciatic?
Well, you know,
you never heard of sciatic before in your life, and all of a sudden everybody's got it, and they're buying those fucking inversion tables. You see 1 million inversion tables for sale for like $50 because people buy that shit. They get rid of the sciatic, and then they never get on it again.
Mm-hmm.
When did people start getting the sciatic? What's up with the nerves? Because everyone's sitting on their ass? Is that what it is? I mean,
must be those uncomfortable desk chairs or something. You know?
Something. It's because everyone's sitting on their ass, man. No one's moving around, doing something, putting one foot in front of the other, making shit happen. You know. Now that's how. Now you just sit on your ass on your phone and just go doop boop boop boop. You don't even have to go to the store.
That's
I'm
right.
just trying to figure out how Frank the Hurt Thomas, baseball player extraordinaire, and Doug Flutie got such low T. You know, it seemed like they were pretty active people. You know,
low T
must be all the plastic bottled Gatorade they were drinking.
Fuck is low T?
It could be.
What is that? Is that like a cool way of saying erectile dysfunction order?
Yeah. That's
no. I'm just saying. I mean, what is that? A nice word, low T. What does that mean? You're a simp?
It's a term they made up, right? You know,
low T. What does that
market
mean?
school.
It's not the tea that makes you go.
No. It's a good name for a rapper, though. Just not very energetic. He sings a slow song.
There's some dude. There's some guy at your work. He's just moping around, and some guy goes, "Hey, what's wrong with Bill?" I don't know, man, dude. I don't know. He's looking like he might have a little. You ever heard of low T? No, what is it? Yeah, it's when I don't know. You just lose your zest for life because you've been beaten to a pulp. All your money's been sucked out of you. You've worked your life. No one gives a shit. You know, all you do is come home and sit there and fucking park in front of the TV.
The chat is going nuts, typing in testosterone. Yes, we know that T is testosterone. We know that.
Yeah, it's just funny because that's the
thing
term
is,
that came
what
up.
I'm saying is, it ain't low T, man. It's 40 years of getting beat to a pulp by the harsh realities of fucking living your life, man. And at some point, you just sit there and go, you know what, man? I'm just gonna sit here and stare at the wall, watch TV, and just say yes, honey. Because there's no static that way. You know,
I'm about ready to shave my eyebrows off, like Pink from the Wall movie, right? Yeah, I'm just sitting in front of TV looking at the goalpost, kid running away every night now. Is that what it is? Low T.
I don't have
low T. Well, you know, if Ronan brought up a good point. He said you don't need to go on tea therapy and take those pills. Just eat more eggs, like good eggs.
Happy eggs.
Right. I find naked women work pretty well.
You need happy eggs, man. I don't get
happy chickens to lay good eggs.
I don't get anything from it, but I'm saying if you buy a carton of happy eggs at the store, you're going to be one smiling MFer when you crack it and you see that bright orange yolk without all that slimy, snotty shit everywhere over the top of it.
Yeah.
Man, it tastes good. Real good.
I don't think we have happy eggs over here. I mean, we have
search it.
I get pasture raised eggs over here, but no, I haven't seen happy eggs. It's not a brand I'm familiar with. Might be a local thing.
They're blue eggs. They come from Arizona, apparently. I don't know. I don't know why they're blue.
Reptile eggs. That's what they are.
Well,
yeah.
Is it blue eggs, brown eggs, green eggs?
And ham?
No, there's actually green shelled eggs.
Emu eggs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're prescribing shit for low T because you're sitting there swilling that water out of those plastic bottles with all that bisphenol A.
Eating your Impossible Burger.
Tea. Your tea's been eaten away by the bisphenol A, man. See, I don't drink water. I stay away from it. It's got unhealthy shit floating around in it.
Can I touch you to see if you're real? Is it nothing? There's something I feel. Will my heart take the strain? Or will it break down again? I sense a danger.
Yeah, man, what it used to be, the hormones in the meat. Remember that? Remember that shit?
Yeah, no, that's a real thing.
Why is
It's
my-
making everybody resistant.
Why is my 9-year-old son 6'3", 6 inches?
Right. My daughter's 6'4". Yeah.
It's the hormones.
HGH stuff, all these hormones.
It's the hormones in the meat, man. Why don't you don't get tea from the meat? What if you eat your meat raw or you eat it, blood rare?
Trichinosis.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, if you eat pork raw, you can't.
Yeah.
That'll give you trichinosis for sure. I don't know. I'll eat beef raw. Well,
Well, I'm just
marinated
saying,
raw. But,
maybe if you eat.
I love it. I love beef tartare.
Well, do you have low T?
No.
Well, there you go. Maybe the blood, eating the bloody meat has something to do with it. You got to just tear it apart. Eat it all
The
up.
5 raw eggs, Rocky style, in the morning. Right. Start jogging up the steps every day.
Man, don't lie, dude. You know after you watch that movie, you tried eating those eggs like that.
Well, I think if I did, I think in the Navy we joked about it and we did try it.
Everybody tried it, man. And then you put on those gym pants, those genie pants.
Oh, raw eggs are nasty, man. You can't eat them raw.
No, they're disgusting. Yeah.
You don't eat it; you swallow it, man. It's like doing a shot or whatever. You just lean your head back and swallow it. You know what I mean?
I do keep the yolk soft though. Got to cook the white though. The white's got to be cooked.
That's all too much, dude.
The yolk's runny.
At some point, you got to say is enough. You know what I mean? At some point, you just got to say, hold on a minute, man. Stop the music. You, with the low T, get the fuck out.
His whole Saturday Night Live
dragging the whole place down, man. It's dragging me down with the low T. Look at got that sad beat dog look on his face, moping around. What's wrong with Bill? He's got a sad face. He walks around. He's moping. He's got low T? No. He just got a divorce. He just got a divorce. He got nothing. I thought he had low T. No. He's just been working at this shitty job his whole life. And nobody cares. They don't give him credit for it. He just comes home and mopes. He sits in his chair.
I just wanna go somewhere to rest my head. Maybe somewhere, no problems there. You spend a lot of time wondering why. Well, if you just take a deep look into my eyes, separate your heart from your mind. The only way to deal with this stress in these times. You're walking down a lonely road. You never know what the future holds. Are you feeling it's the right time? Rivers flow, turn the night light. Ancient scrolls says the time's right. Let me know, yeah. Are you feeling it's the right time? Rivers flow, turn the night light. Ancient scrolls says the time's right. Let me know. Some say smile 'cause it ain't that bad. Pop another pill, the doctor said. Remember those feelings that you felt? Well, maybe you should get some help. Take a little time to breathe it in. Well,
See, I could almost cut this in and have it be for a low T commercial. See, listen, right here. Listen to these lyrics right here. It's for low T. If you got low T.
Time's right, let me know. Some say smile, cause it ain't that bad. Pop another pill, the doctor said. Remember those feelings that you felt? Well, maybe you should get some help. Take a little time to breathe it in. Well, I can feel the fleas crawling on my skin. You'll have to give.
If you got low T, give us a call. 718. 620. 990.
Are you feeling it's the right time? Rivers flow, turn the night light, angels glow. Says the time's right, let me know. Yeah. Caught up dreaming of a place we can go, find a way to lead and we can follow. Each one teach one, ready, let's go. We can find somewhere I know. Cause after all that we've been through, striving to survive, it's all you can do. And in the end, what's done is done. Try to work it out, cause we gotta move on. Are you feeling it's the right time? Rivers flow, turn the night light, angels glow. Says the time's right, let me know. Yeah. Are you feeling?
I'm gonna choose my words carefully here.
What's that?
But we're talking about this low T situation, and there has been a very interesting correlation in the low T situation lately. Namely with people of the T group. All of those 7 of the 8 last, shall we say, mass violence attacks have been propagated by people who are trans with low T because they're on the hormones. So
they got low T.
That they've got really low T. So
low T.
Fair warning: if your T is low, do not become a homicidal maniac.
No, well, I mean, low T. Like I was saying, the cause of the low T or the symptomatic display of low T comes from years of taking abuse.
Yeah. Karen, the T group. I'm talking about the Dylan Mulvaney's of the world.
I'm just thinking that I need a duo, like a duet between the rappers Low T and T Low.
And Ice T.
And Ice T. Yeah, Low T, T Low, Ice T, and that's some cold stuff. I don't know, man.
And don't forget about T-Bone either. T-Bone.
That's some funny shit, man.
T-Bone might be high T, though.
Wow.
Too many T's out there.
Man,
What about Mr. T?
I wonder why Revolution Radio is not on TalkStream anymore.
Harmony said they got bumped off TalkStream and bumped off the Alt Media app. So
why?
I'm not sure. The tuners and the website is on the air.
No, but why isn't it on TalkStream is what I'm saying.
I don't know. They got bumped off a few weeks ago too for some
No,
weird
but
reason.
they came back because
they came back.
I talked to Mr. Rowe and they came back.
I don't know the inner workings of.
And it's taken off the app too.
Taken off the the Alt Media app. And maybe somebody didn't update something, or who knows.
Elon took him off.
That pisses me off, man. So we got a big audience on TalkStream.
Yeah.
And that makes that inflames me. That triggers me, man. And I don't understand it.
Well, maybe it's just a temporary glitch. Maybe send Mr. Rowe a message.
Well, fuck it. I wish I would have had a temporary glitch and stayed in bed, eh? You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. I mean, you guys went to work all week, so did I. I'm showing up, doing our thing, but now it's not there. That's a bit of a bummer. But I'm glad I didn't look at it earlier, like at the beginning of the show. Because when I would have seen it then, I would have been really upset. But now it's so late, and I've got low T at this point. When I saw there was no Revolution Radio on TalkStream, begins with a T. I saw it was low T time. It's not tea time, dude. It's low tea time. My tea is run low.
Is it cold out? Have you been in the pool lately?
It's cold, man, out here. I don't have to get it. There's no shrinkage, though. But it is cold. My feet, at this point, every Friday night at about this time, I think of those pirates with the peg legs. And those little stomps down at the bottom. Because that's what it feels like, my legs. Because I don't feel my feet anymore. It's so cold out here in the freezing cold Santa Cruz Mountains.
What is the lemon law?
What's the lemon law? Do you know? Well, guess what?
do.
There's an app that can get you thousands of dollars, believe it or not.
For your lemon?
Because you have a lemon. You'd be surprised to find out how many lemons there actually are.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of them.
Apparently, a lot of them were Teslas, man.
I think
There's a
I
whole
have
big thing
one.
about that.
I think I have a lemon. I'm going to
You
run
have
it
a
through
lemon?
the app and see. And if you want to run it through the app, run it through the app / into the microcosm, and we'll get a little chunkier change. No, I'm just kidding. What's wrong with Randy? Absolutely nothing. Here he is. Randy Hassan back. Pretending to be Jimmy. He's not wearing a latex mask either. Wish I knew who this drummer is. Because I see him, he's in a lot of Bay Area bands whenever there's a band playing somewhere. Hold on. Manny Von Bar. This dude is in a shitload of bands. He plays with Joe Satriani too. The same fucking guy. Anyways, who cares? Nobody gives a shit.
You got me on the
I'm gonna
lemon
stay-
law.
I'm just gonna sit here and
train.
stare at the wall.
Right. Till the tea comes back. So, I was thinking about that. Ralph Nader. Ralph Nader's the guy who started that whole lemon law advocacy thing. He wrote those books. That's what he was famous for. And he had to go and run for president and screw the whole thing up. But
Nah, because he got rid of the
Yeah.
Corvair. It was
it was one of the cars. Yeah.
the mid-engine Corvair.
Unsafe at any speed.
Was it unsafe at any speed, Rio? I need
the early ones definitely were. They had a tendency to roll over a lot.
I wonder
And,
if people bought them and just, you know what, man? The government says they're no good. They must be really good. Whatever the
rolling
government
top
says,
down and taking seat belt.
whatever the
going
government
it up.
says, I do exactly the opposite. So if they say it's not safe, I think it is safe. And I'm just going to drive around in
There's
my...
quite a following for those cars now, because a lot of them got destroyed. I mean,
See?
people who have them, they to certain people they're very desirable.
See? They fit. You fix them. There's something you can do to
Yeah,
them. It's like, no, I just sit here on my flip phone, drive my Corvair, take my low T medicine. So, thought I had...
Jimmy.
Yeah. Someone
You
called...
ever heard of TRT?
No.
Testosterone replacement therapy. You got that going on.
Now, is that what's going on with these pills that everyone's taking? Because every morning when
Yeah,
I'm
like,
sitting there, I'm drinking my coffee in the morning on the radio station I listen to, the classic rock station. These guys come on there talking about low T. Is that what they're? So what are they taking exactly?
Lowercase t. Yeah. There's actually what they do is they for real they do a blood test on you, and they check for the right kind of levels of testosterone. There's different kinds of testosterone. Some of it doesn't read as effective testosterone. So then they get you on protocol of, I guess, minerals. Don't have that problem, but just want to comment on Rio's reversals. Those are spot on, man. I've been listening to those for years now, and just amazing how spot on those are. And also the Oval Office picture you got up there with Elon and Trump and the little person.
Spawn.
That's lit up like a situation comedy, man.
It is.
It is,
and
right?
And you know what?
Saturday Night
I was
Live.
looking.
Totally.
Listen to me. I was looking out the window behind it because I remember there was this moment where there was some Biden thing and they were signing some shit and people were saying it's not really the White House, and it was because you could see out the window. You could see these cars parked along this area, and the Oval Office is not on the ground floor. So I was looking out the window at this set that's going on here, and I was thinking the same thing. It looks to me like whatever that is on the ground floor.
It's Culver Studios, man.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing it at.
Honestly, I think you're right. Seriously, let's go back and look at that video. It's up here. I'll make it bigger, and we can look at it.
I'm gonna jump off, fellas.
All right,
you guys are doing great.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
Then I gave him an idea though, and now it's ineffective T. Do you have ineffective testosterone?
The thing is, I wasn't. No, listen. If you have low
shows.
T, I wasn't making fun of you, man.
No, but ineffective T, I can tell, or ineffective.
No, I'm
testosterone.
just saying.
It's another thing they
who
can
knows?
advertise
Maybe people do have low T and they just don't even know it. They're just giving up on life. They just giving up on life. They just figured,
Well, it does naturally decrease with age, so
there is no dream.
It's actually if you have high testosterone, it's what makes you go bald when you get into your 50s, 60s, whatever. So bald men have higher T, so keep that in mind as you're losing your hair.
This office is on the ground floor, dude. Look at these bushes. There's bushes from the waist of Elon Musk down to the ground, and I can see at the base of the window. It looks like you can almost see like the roots or the sticks of whatever bushes those are. The branches. This shit looks like it's on the ground floor somewhere.
It might be. Might be just...
It's not on the West Coast, though, because those trees don't have leaves on them.
No, it's in DC, but it looks like, I don't know if those are raindrops from the window behind Elon or if that's shrubbery. It's hard to tell because the video.
Nah, there's shrubbery back there, dude.
Looks like shrubbery, right? It does. It's like shrubbery.
Yeah, it is. And there's that little Damien over there.
Yeah, little Damien the demon.
Look at that thing he's wearing. That regal kind of. There's a name for that thing. It's in all those old aristocratic portraits they used to make back in the day.
The ascot?
No, not the ascot. It's like it's like a gold. It's not a chain. It's something you wear. Across your shoulder.
It's because you got your watch, like your pocket watch is in there or something. It's like a watch chain or something.
Yeah.
My dog's barking. There must be of activity somewhere out in the distance, in the dark. Santa Cruz Mountains in the middle of the night.
Probably keeps the teeth of his victims in there.
718-618-9905. It's the low T stalker.
He's slow, so you usually get away, but look out.
Maybe my dog's got low T. He's barking to compensate. Can you guys hear him?
No.
Can't, too low.
The volume.
Do not hear your
the
low T
volume's
dog.
too low. All right, 718-618-9905 is the number to call. It's Friday night. It's been a long month, hasn't it? Is it almost a month now since Trump has taken the spot there?
Seems like about 47 years, man.
I don't know, man.
I wonder if it's 47 days. What's going to happen on
So,
day 40?
we're looking at, we just, if you look at, say Treasury, for example, basic controls that should be in place, that are in place in any company, such as making sure that any given payment has a payment categorization code, that there is a comment field that describes the payment.
Okay. Why hasn't America been run like a company all this time?
Because government's not supposed to be run like a company.
Right. I know.
That's why.
Right. Isn't the very definition of the government and companies being together fascism?
Yes, it is.
I mean, come on, man. What the fuck is wrong with people? Seriously.
I don't know. It's right there in the definition. It is.
Well, I mean, there's fasci on the wall up there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why are people saying fascism is bad? Isn't what I'm saying. They've been living in fascist situation for a long time. I don't know. Fascism. Is it bad? 718-618-9905. Give us a number to call. And you know, when I was
If you have low T, we're here for you.
And listen, when I was at the Contact in the Desert, and I was sitting there and I was selling books for Brad Olson's publishing company while he was doing lectures. I was up there, and, I'd take over the table while he was gone. I'm selling books. I saw this unnatural amount of people cruising up to me that had blue eyes. And I started asking people if they were RH negative, and they started saying they were. I started noticing all these people, and I started noticing there was a shitload of RH negative people there. Like it was a congregation. Like unbeknownst to anyone, even if they didn't know they were RH negative, for some reason they were drawn to that event and they were there in force. And this lady came up to me, and she was one of the speakers there. I don't know her name. I could look it up, but it's really irrelevant. She claimed that she was a reptilian. And she came up to me and started telling me all this shit about Laura Eisenhower and how that not all reptilians are the same, and that she was very upset with Laura Eisenhower. And then I was on the air with Laura Eisenhower, and I told her about that lady, that reptilian lady. She was like an older woman. There were some strange conversations at that table, man. That whole thing was weird, man. It was really weird. I had this person come up to me. Like I was sitting there after it was over for the day. It was quiet, and I was sitting off to the side. This person come up to me and spray me with some shit. Like some mist with gold in it.
Uh-huh.
It was some shit. And I was like, what? Fuck it. And then there was two people that came up to me and whistle blew. Literally. They're like, Jimmy, I want to tell you about this. And I was like, man, dude, I don't want to be part of your story. And the other person was like a woman who was literally like, she went to a rest stop to go to the bathroom. And there was construction being done on these California rest stops. Man, I don't even know I don't think I've ever talked about this publicly. And I don't even know if I should. It's some dangerous shit. Anyways, I'll try to tell it without giving out details, but specifically without the details, just the bare bones of it. She went to a bathroom at a California rest stop on her way to the Contact in the Desert thing or whatever. And she met some dude that was working there. And he chatted her up on her way back to her car. Asked her if she wanted to go have a beer. And so she went and had a beer with the dude. And he drugged her and knocked her out and dragged her back to some house where he tied her up and had her prisoner in some room in this house. And there's all these other people that were also in there. And this chick said she escaped out the window from this thing, and then made her way over to contact in the desert. And then she wanted me to tell about the other part of the part I'm leaving out, which is kind of shit that you could get killed over because it was clearly an operation, you know? And not that anybody's listening since we're not even on TalkStream. Anyways, she was insinuating there was some trafficking going on with people that were being funneled in to help with this California retrofit of these. They were given jobs to special needs children. And I'll just leave it at that. I mean, you can apply that any way you want.
Wasn't that event also where like Travis Walton, the Fire in the Sky guy, had his guitar?
Yeah.
And then he
had
told off the guy from Ancient Aliens?
No, that was his nephew. His nephew told off the dude from Ancient Aliens. Yeah. No.
Tsoukalos, whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
no, he was he had a Sears parlor guitar, which are rare. You can't find that shit anymore. If you ever find one, you might want to try to grab it. Huh? Even at the Goodwill, you know. That's probably where you're going to find it. If you find it at a music store, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Lots of money. What time is it? We got about 9 minutes left. You want to call in, now's the time because it's almost time for us to GTFO. And I mean, we're going to burn rubber tonight. Aren't we?
Polly says IBN is live on TalkStream.
Yeah, IBN is, for sure. You could be over there. I got us going on it. But maybe tomorrow night, we can all go over there and see how far we can drive TalkStream Live up, or Independent Broadcast Network up TalkStream Live. We could have done it tonight if I would have thought about it earlier. But I didn't. Now time's up. What you gonna do when they come for you, man? You're going to scan your eyeball and get your $1,600 a month and go lay around, play guitar, write poetry, or whatever.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know
Maybe
what I mean?
have some bongos.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Get some bongos.
The eyeball scan is coming in August.
Yeah, in August from the reverse speech.
And, Real Ideas in May. Yep.
What the fuck is this? Hold on a second. Does that even look like Trump to you?
He looks a little different. He did something different with his hair, I think.
Something different with his hair.
Yeah. His hair looks much grayer.
Yeah,
lighter.
but it doesn't also look like a comb over anymore either. Hold on, I was trying to back that up to that.
He might be going full wig now. He left his wig off at Mar-a-Lago a couple weeks back. To see it, where he was announcing something. He got all excited. He came in and told everybody, and he's bald. He's bald. But you know who he is. But I mean, you know.
Yeah, Paulie, you should just be able to broadcast on IBN, dude. You should be broadcasting on there. I didn't realize you weren't. And we got the website. All we got to do is just put the chat room on there. And it could be back or whatever. So, Rio, get a hold of Paulie or whatever. So, I don't know if he can't, for some reason, he can't get on IBN or something.
He should be able to, but hit me up tomorrow during the day and we'll figure it out.
Paulie, are you listening, dude?
He's listening. He's there.
In the chat, just signify that you heard what I said or whatever. You can talk to Rio tomorrow. Get your shit squared away or whatever.
Oh, he says he's on IBN, no worries.
All right. Yeah. Well, we just got to get that chat room back, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you...
Hold on. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, did you... I sent you the email from my friend, right?
You did?
Did you ever? Yeah.
No.
Should be in the Skype.
I didn't see it. All right, I'll look for it. I'll make sure I look right after the show. All right. What time is it?
So we got 6 minutes to the top of the hour.
Yeah, well, it's time for us to go, man. I'm ready. Are you ready? You guys are ready, right?
Got to get them tea in.
All right, listen, tomorrow we'll come back and we'll have E. We'll have T and E tomorrow. So come on back, 7 o'clock Pacific. Right here. It's the Independent Broadcast Network.